All right. So welcome to the Feng Shui workshop part one. Um,
Hello, hello, Amy.
أهلاً أهلاً. So it will be like Franco-Arab, English, Arabic type of thing, whatever. So let's get started with introduction. So briefly introduce yourself and let us know what you know about Feng Shui, if you know anything, if you tried it before, or what you're hoping to accomplish at the end of the session. Let's start with Lulu.
Okay. All right. I am Laila, living in the hub. That the first time I attend such a lecture, very interesting. Yani, we will see at the end what will happen with my dreams, with my strange dreams.
Yeah, no, the dreams, it's another section.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So are you into reorganizing your place right now, or how do you feel?
Yes.
Like, do you feel that you are ready to start getting things moving around and stuff like that, or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. We'll plant the seeds and we'll see where it goes. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank
Uh-huh.
you. Mai, let's go.
Yes. Okay, my name is Mai, and I know a few stuff about feng shui, and actually, I'm very interested generally in energy. Okay, and the energy in my home, in my office, I always plan. I do stuff, and usually I get this from people that like your place is relaxing, but and I know a few tips, like bedroom, how it should be in feng shui. The bed, it should not be, like you shouldn't have a window, uh, behind your bed, few stuff, but I would love to know more. And actually I would love to be a feng shui master.
All right.
My best friend
Okay.
is a feng shui master.
All right.
Yeah.
It's actually we call it more feng shui practitioners
Practice.
because the feng shui masters are the ones in China that studied all sorts,
Yeah.
because it's an art and science. So there is a science to it, and it's very complicated. And it's not that anybody can do it.
Yes.
I attended a couple of workshops. Actually, one was in Toronto, and it was the westernized version of Feng Shui. But when I went to Hong Kong and I had the workshop from the grandson of a genuine Chinese Feng Shui master, it was completely different.
Yes.
Okay. So
And I
he's
think
the
it has
one,
a lot of calculations, right? You calculate stuff.
formulas and
Formulas.
all sorts of things,
Yeah.
and the planetary alignments, and actually the feng shui consultants in Hong Kong, Singapore, and a lot of countries, even in New York, for major corporations, they personalize the individual people's charts and the building and the office. And every year they go back and see if the doors need realignments.
Yeah.
So it's really a serious, when you call yourself a master, it's really a serious thing. This
Yes.
is why we are just practitioners,
Practitioners.
which is a kind of interior design slash
Yeah. Yes.
aligning energy alignment and placement of objects more, to be more specific, because these days a lot of people call themselves gurus and
Yeah.
masters and this and that, and then people start not believing anybody or trusting anybody because they don't know who's the genuine and who's not. So
Yes.
this is why upfront it's good to clarify things that
Yeah.
actually it was clarified for me a long time ago, and
Yeah.
it made a lot of sense. This is why I like to share actually my personal experience more than just the academic side, which is reading some books, watching some videos, or attending 1 or 2 workshops. Because there is a simple part that anybody can implement, which I encourage my clients, even when they hire me as a Feng Shui consultant or practitioner. I teach them how to first go and fix the stuff themselves, okay? And then if there was a problem area, then I can go and help them out, okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's self-empowering, okay? Yeah, so it's good that you have some background and you are already in the process. What kind of work do you do, Maya? Are you a homeopath or what kind of?
No, I am a Reiki practitioner. I took
Okay,
Reiki
good.
1 and 2, but this is on the side. I am an associate sales director in a real estate company.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, real estate. Okay, so usually
This
real
is how you're
estate
gonna
people.
sell.
Yeah.
This is how you're gonna sell from now on with Feng Shui.
Exactly. Exactly. This is how I sold my
Actually,
house in Toronto, actually.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's good, good. All right. Thank you. All right, Marwa.
Hi, Hannah Marwa.
Oh, I feel sorry. I'm sorry.
I know little about Feng Shui, but I was always interested in interior designing. And as mom always did at our place, we were always switching. I also like doing that here.
Yes.
But I've noticed that there is a difference every time you switch the couch, for example. You feel something different. You feel the house from a different side of warmth. It's different. The energy of the move itself is different. So when you came along and you said Yalla Bina, I was like, that's it. Maybe I could do something about the energy of the house. Sometimes I really feel that the house is like full of a negative energy and stuff. ببخر وكل حاجة وكله تمام. But still, I know at the back of my head something else needs to happen. Decluttering يا خرابي لازم يحصل.
Yes.
فيعني ما لازم decluttering يحصل على طول. الحمد لله this house I got it with a مخزن تحت in the garage. So
Perfect.
I'm very happy with that option عشان ارمي تحت.
Okay.
But actually, this is also not good, you know?
ما هو مش
Exactly. I
ارمي.
was going to comment on that, but
It's,
yeah.
it's organized and labeled and
Okay.
everything.
All right, good.
على shelves وكده. يعني
Good.
هي بس يعني at least it's not here, it's not decluttering the house.
طبعا صح صح صح.
It's very interesting to like get to know such a field. Of course,
Okay.
thank you, Amy, for doing
Right.
that.
And you're studying homeopathy, yes?
Yes, I'm in my
All right.
second year.
All
And
right.
I'm on Reiki 1, Reiki level 1, homeopathy second year, and
All
God
right.
knows what else is coming my way.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm really glad that you took that path
Thank
because you have it in you. It's just you need to polish it. So
Yes, yes.
that's what's going on. All right.
Yes.
So welcome. Yes, it's great. And briefly about myself, actually. I started actually my career as an IT consultant in the IT field and business, like a business consultant and so on. But I had a parallel life, which is the spiritual life. So I was always into dreams and feeling energies of people and the place and all that. But a long time ago, we didn't have these type of workshops or people to guide us until we moved to Canada. And of course, there is a large Chinese community. So this when and I'm interested in ancient cultures in general, which is ancient Egyptian culture as well as ancient Chinese, because it's a continuous culture. It wasn't, it did not stop anywhere, or it was polluted and so on. So this is why I was fascinated with the Chinese culture. So yes, whenever I got a chance and I took a break from the corporate world, I went to Virginia Beach, and this is when I got into Reiki and crystal healing, because I was always attracted to crystals like crazy, and I didn't understand why. And all that. And of course, later on, I discovered that it's from past lives or genetic memory or both. So these are really gifts that we had, and tools that we used in past lives, or our ancestors did use these tools and help people, and it's passed on to us in our genes, in the genetic memory, which is fascinating, actually. So when I returned back to Egypt, I returned back to Egypt several times, but this is my last and final return. Okay. And now I am in Cairo. I moved to Cairo because I lived in that for a few months, and then Sharm el-Sheikh, but I got a clear message first thing in the morning. This is when you get visions and clear messages around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that I must return back to Cairo, even though, Sharm el-Sheikh was peaceful and all that. But when I started actually listening to messages I receive, because when we use our logic and we start analyzing everything, you can miss on something very important. So, trial and error. Now I learn my lessons to listen to messages that are very clear, that you can receive in different ways. Okay, through dream, through you're watching YouTube video or something, and something all of a sudden resonates with you. Okay, so the messages are sent to us in different ways. Okay, we just have to pay attention to that. Yes, so some of my friends, when they heard a long time ago that I'm a Feng Shui practitioner consultant, and I studied it because we wanted to sell our house in Toronto a long time ago. And they told us the real estate is really bad and nobody's going to buy your house and all sorts of things. So I got a Feng Shui consultant, a Chinese, I think she was from Hong Kong.
Okay.
So she ran all over the place, and she started saying different things and whatever. And she charged us a lot of money, and I did not understand a single thing of what she said, really. Okay. Like especially in Toronto, when you hire a consultant and they are highly paid consultant, they have a major ego. So they don't think they need to explain anything to you. They just give you instruction, move this, do this, buy that, and they leave, and that's it. So I didn't really like that. So this is why I thought, you know what?
I'll do it myself.
Let's research, let's study it and see. I mean, if every single person almost in China, like 1.5 billion people, know how to work it, definitely I'll be able to fix my home so I can sell it. And actually, this is what I did. And it was sold within a month and a half. And nobody believed that. But again, this is when I started believing, because my background in international business and computing science. So I come from a scientific background. So convince me I need proof sometimes, until, of course, later on my spiritual journey, I discovered that some things you have to, it resonates with you, your intuition plays an important role. So it's not everything is facts and provable. So anyways, this is how I got it started. So when I returned back to Egypt, and some of my close friends heard the story, they told me, oh, we are buying a new place, can you help us with this and that? So for a while, when I was in Egypt, in around 2004, I think, I actually, even the Egyptian TV videotaped a couple of sessions. I can't remember, 2 or 3 sessions in my apartment, and we went through how it was organized, because it was a beautiful place that I did from scratch.
Mhm.
Bad I had to get rid of it, sell it, and move on. But it was just exactly the perfect everything. So anyways, and then I traveled, I came back and so on. So now I'm back. I'm trying to really not teach anybody anything, because we don't teach, we actually help each other remember, because you have access to that huge database. And then when you need the information, sometimes you need just a trigger to remember. So it could be a person, it could be a book, it could be whatever, okay? So in these type of workshops, we share information and we help each other to remember how to do these things. Because if you're attracted to it and it's resonating with you, it means you did it in a past life, or your ancestors did it. So you
Mm.
already have the knowledge, but you need to activate it. All right?
Oh,
Yes? Does it make sense?
of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Very
All
much.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
my problem is that in Dahab I moved in 4 different houses, and the last one is the furnished one, which I cannot really do whatever I want to do. Plus a lot of boxes, plus some friends, they left Dahab and they just give me some, not giving me some stuff, you know, just to have it till they come back. So, yani my house, it's really look like a,
With storage. Are
yeah,
you in the same place? Are you in the same place with
yeah,
that garden?
the last one you saw it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
hmm
Yeah. Because
really,
it's a big
really, I don't
place.
know
It's
what.
a big place. This is why some people think it might be a good for storage, and they keep leaving things with you.
خلاص, I rented بقى. I rented for them, okay? I take a fee for their stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's really crowded. It's really crowded.
Yeah, but
I
and
really,
actually, and you can feel it, because again, you are psychic and spiritual, and intuitively, you know that the energy is not flowing properly. Yes?
mhm, not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so anyways, we are going to share some simple things that we can try to work on. Okay, because I mean, sometimes you move into an apartment, like my new apartment here, there wasn't a place to put my cupboards, so it's in a different room. Okay, so sometimes you are
Mm,
stuck with the layout of an apartment, because it's not your design, it's not the perfect design, and you just have to work. Oh, is that so cute?
Nadim. Oh, I left.
Nadim, okay, that's good. He's so cute. He's how old is he? 6 or what?
Yeah, 6.
Oh, very curious age, yes.
Sam, Sam.
Keeping you busy, keeping you busy.
Busy
All right.
is an understatement.
I know, I know. All right. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is actually, I always like to get started to give you a background information. And sometimes you might already know this information, but for all of us to be on the same page, so when we are, for example, going through a case study, an example or something, or we are working together on fixing space, so at least we all have the same background information and knowledge. All right? Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys, I'm muting everybody so we don't have background noise. But if you want to say anything, just unmute yourself and share, all right? It's just for the background noise, all right? So I always like to start with the very brief, I'm not going to get into details about the detailed history, but brief history and the key components that we need to be aware of, the key tools that we will be working with and how to apply them. And then we will have some examples, and then I'll have you do a couple of exercises yourself so we can, during the session, work on different things. All right. So feel free, guys, anytime if you have any questions to ask. All right. So I'm just starting with the brief intro, a very brief intro video that I posted on YouTube and in the group, but not everybody saw it. But it gives you just a brief idea.
Hey everyone! Have you ever felt like you're just stuck in life, or maybe you're blocked from achieving your goals? Well, today we're diving into something that might just change that. Alright, let's talk about Feng Shui. This is an ancient practice that's all about harmonizing energy in your space. The idea is that by creating a balanced environment, you can actually promote abundance and success in your life. Sounds pretty cool, right? Now let's take a step back and look at where Feng Shui comes from. Originating in ancient China, Feng Shui has been around for thousands of years. It's all about understanding the flow of energy, or qi, in our surroundings. In today's fast-paced world, these principles are super relevant. With so much going on, we often forget how our environment impacts our mood and success. Understanding how to balance energy in our spaces can lead to a more harmonious life. So what are the key secrets of Feng Shui? First up, decluttering. Seriously, you'd be amazed at how much energy stagnant stuff can hold. By getting rid of things you no longer need, you make space for new opportunities. Next, let's talk about natural light. Bringing in sunlight can uplift your mood and energize your space. And then there's furniture arrangement. Placing your furniture in a way that promotes a smooth flow of energy can make a huge difference. Think about your living room. Does it feel inviting, or is it cramped and chaotic? Now let's get into why these Feng Shui practices really matter. When you start decluttering and inviting in more light, you might notice improved mental clarity. A clean, well-lit space can help you think better and focus more. Emotionally, it can also lift your spirits and reduce stress. Plus, when your environment feels good, you're more likely to take action in your life, whether that's in your career, relationships, or personal growth. It's all connected. And hey, I've got some great quotes from Feng Shui experts who back this up. One expert said, "Feng Shui isn't just about arranging your furniture, it's about creating a life you love." And I've heard from countless individuals who've transformed their lives by simply rearranging their spaces or decluttering. It's incredible what a little change can do. To wrap things up, we've covered some key Feng Shui secrets that can really transform your life. Remember, by applying these principles, you're not just rearranging your space, you're inviting in harmony, abundance, and success into your life. I want to hear from
All right. So that was a brief video that I made for people to briefly understand more about Feng Shui. Why do we need it, or how is it going to help them? All right. So as it mentioned, decluttering, actually, I always consider it number one. All right. Lighting, fresh air, and so on. These elements are very, very important. All right. Because you will be surprised. I sometimes I visited some clients, and as soon as they open the door, you feel that you don't want to walk into the place, as if there is really energy pushing you out. And that's the first sign that there is stagnant energy in the place. It might not be negative energy or negative entities or anything like that. It's just stagnant, it's not moving around. Some people never open windows, believe it or not. I know a couple in Vancouver. He was a postdoctor with my ex-husband. And whenever we visit them, there is condensation on the windows. They never open their windows whatsoever because his wife think if she ever opens a window, she will get sick. But she's out all the time. Anyways, so some places really the energy is very stagnant, and it affects people's not just health, it affects their mood as well. all right? Because you feel this heaviness around you and on you all the time. Even when you are sleeping, it can cause actually nightmares. Because again, it's a two-way street. The energy interact with us and we interact with the energy. So even if you have a perfect place and you are coming from outside and you picked up some negative energy from people you were around or something that was happening outside, or you heard bad news and you walk into your place, I don't want to say you're contaminating your place, but actually you're dumping this negative energy into your space. All right. All the ancient cultures had this actually as something that's very serious. The entrance, okay, the entrance to the house, how you are entering or exiting, which is the doorway, which is the mouth of Qi, like the Chinese call it. It's very important. I discovered, for example, native Indians, the indigenous people in Canada, because I was interested in their culture as well. They used to have a very interesting woven basket with rabbit skin surrounding it, and they hang it by the entrance door, and they ask people, or people know because it's a tradition, that they just put all their negative thoughts and energies in this basket before they enter the place. All right. So it's the intention to leave any negativity outside that home. All right. So it's very interesting concept. So all the ancient cultures had that in mind. Okay. So, all right. So we have Tamer joined us. Hi, Tamer.
Hi everybody, معلش.
Hey. No, that's
بك-
great. It's good that you joined. We are just in the introductions.
fantastic. أنا بكلمكم من زامبيا.
Wow. Wasn't you in somewhere in Asia yesterday?
Yeah, I just flew from Nigeria to Zambia overnight and I just collapsed for 2 hours. And
Oh, all right. Okay. We send you lots of healing, loving energy, actually. God bless you.
صباحكم فل.
All right. All right. So maybe briefly, just introduce yourself and tell us if you know a little bit about Feng Shui, you used it before, what you are hoping to get out of it.
Yeah, I've heard about it a lot. I've read about it. I have friends who have studied it, but I've never involved myself deeply in it. بس انتي بقى فتحتي نفسي. وبعد مروة ولولو ويعني هي كده it's meant to be, it looks like.
All right.
وبعدين ان انا كمان عمري ما جه في بالي كمان ان انا احضره من زامبيا، فدي حاجه برضو تتاخد في الاعتبار.
Yeah, yeah. And you said you are fixing a new place?
I'm fixing a new place actually, وسبحان الله يعني I just have a small apartment that هي حاليا بتدهن، فقلت بس حلو قوي بقى وقف كل حاجه لحد ما
See,
نطبق
timing
عمل.
is everything. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right. That's great. Yeah. That's great that you joined. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm. All right. Yes. Were you saying something?
مي ومروه في حد تاني معانا صح؟
May,
Sorry.
Umaru, Lulu.
لولو مروه ومي.
Yeah.
اوكي مي. hello. Hi.
All right. So let's just continue now with the intros. Very brief introduction. So you will have an idea about the background. Of course, it's very ancient, and it's like I always say, it's an art and science. The art part is like the interior design, but the science is the formulas, calculations, and planetary alignments. Because when we do personalize a chart, you need the person's the birthday and hour, and the city and country where they were born, and you enter it into an app where it calculates very precisely their actually auspicious, because there are 8 different directions, which we will talk about very shortly. So every person have 4 lucky directions and 4 directions that they should avoid. So this is where they can store things and put things that are not critical. Or if there is something very important for them and it's put in one of those inauspicious or unlucky corners, this is where we need to apply the remedies and fix it. Because sometimes people's relationship is in one of these bad corners, or their money corner is in one of these bad corners, and so on. All right. So this is why the directions are very important. And this is all the ancient cultures. This is why I was saying, even when I was comparing Feng Shui to ancient Egypt, I found really a lot of similarities, because they use the same concepts, the planetary alignments, the different direction, the sunrise and sunset, which is east and west. So if you compare different ancient cultures, you will find they were using the same tools, basically. All right. So again, Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese practice that harmonizes the energy, which is qi, the energy of the place. All right. So everything is vibrating, is moving. Even the things that we think that they are solid, there is nothing solid. Everything is vibrating, but at a very high speed that you don't feel that it's moving whatsoever. This is what the science now is proving, which is very interesting. All right. But we are focusing actually right now on trying to harmonize the energy of the living space with our energy. Okay, because you can have a perfectly harmonized space, but your energy is not, all right, it's not aligned, it's not harmonized, you're not balanced, you're not grounded. Okay, so it will affect the space you're in as well. All right, so this is why we need to work both on ourselves as well as our space. Because I've seen people that they have a perfect place. You walk in, everything is perfect, okay, like the book says, but they have nightmares, there is something wrong, they're always fighting with their kids or spouses. So energetically, there is something wrong with them, okay? They have some issues that they need to clear themselves, all right? And the other thing I wanted to let you know that right now we are using the standard general pakwa, which are the standard directions, all right? This is it works for everybody. But usually if somebody has a specific issue that this general pakwa is helping, then we do the personalized, the customized chart, because maybe, again, as I said, their health issues, their relationship issues, their money issues are not in the auspicious side. All right. So I'm just giving you some general ideas so you will know what we are dealing with. So we are not only talking about harmonizing the energy of the living space. No, it's also our energies that we have to be aware of. So really what we are trying to do is to create a balanced and harmonious environment to support our health, prosperity, and well-being. Okay. So of course, they say it's more than 3,000 years for sure, right? Because all the temples and monuments and all sorts of things they are discovering all over the world, it's sometimes they start saying it's billions of years, but let's stay with thousands of years, all right? So there is a science to it, and it was used, and in some countries it's still being used. All right. So again, initially it was for not just homes like buildings. In China, it was even for grave sites to optimize the energy flow. But of course, grave sites usually have the opposite of a home. Okay, the energy is a little bit different. So, and we see that in ancient Egypt as well. Like in Luxor, you find the West Bank is the burial sites, okay, and the east side is where the temples are and everything else. All right. Every year we go to Luxor for Christmas and New Year, and once I actually rented an apartment, but in the east side, for a month and a half, and I was exploring and meeting people and having discussions because I really wanted to have firsthand information about are these people still practicing any of the ancient religions or cultures and all that. What I discovered that people that are actually living in the West Bank of the Nile are always having issues, always having problems. Okay. Because according to ancient Egyptians, when they locate a piece of land apart, especially the Nile water is very important in all cultures. Okay, so the flow of the Nile is very important, how it's flowing, right? So, and the directions, east and west, and where the sun rises, the sun sets, and all that. So if they allocated this space as burial grounds, you don't go and live there. Okay? But people are greedy and they don't purchase the land. They just take a piece of land and build a couple of stories and live there and have a fight if somebody's trying to kick them out of there. So anyways, what I'm saying is you will find that all the ancient cultures, they use the same tools for how to live a well-balanced, harmonious, healthy life, okay? And even for their loved ones, when they transition, because again, death is not something bad, it's the soul transitioning to another realm, another dimension, another journey somewhere else. So it's supposed to be something good, really, not something bad. All what we mourn or feel sad about is that we are not going to see that physical, like they call it meat suit, like that physical body anymore, but the soul is around us. They guide us when we need guidance and ask for help and so on, all right? So they want to make sure that that transition of the soul is as peaceful and smooth as possible and so on, all right? So this is why they paid a lot of attentions to homes as well as grave sites. So the evolution, of course, we have from geomancy, which is the earth divination, to modern interior design principles, right? A long time ago, I was asked to give a lecture to actually graduates. I cannot remember, was it الفنون الجميلة or الفنون التطبيقية? It was a long time ago, okay? Because these people actually are interested in knowing how to apply the ancient tools right now to help their clients, all right? Which is, I found it very interesting, all right? So it was fascinating to get that request at that time. So what's the philosophy of Feng Shui? Okay, I don't know. You guys, I clicked on something and it said alongside control privileges, Marwa. I don't know what I did, Marwa. Okay. I
بس
clicked on something.
ايه اللي حصل؟
Sorry?
ايه اللي حصل؟
See site controls when you are in present. Okay, I think it's giving you privileges to see a site control. Okay, I just clicked on something. All right? So don't worry if you see something on the side. All right. All right, so it's when the cursor is somewhere and you just click. All right, so philosophy of Feng Shui. Now we have the key principles: balance, because we are going to talk about the different elements and how to balance them, how to establish harmony and alignment with nature. So nature is a very important component in our lives, actually. And I'm really surprised when I go to some people's places, clients' places, when I find that they have dried flowers, only artificial fake plants. This is not good. Actually, by the way, while we're talking about dried flowers are not good in the house.
Even potpourri?
Potpourri is fine, but the dried flowers are not really good because they have a bad connotation, or it's a symbol of death, really. Okay, so a lot of people, they buy flowers and then they dry them and they put the dry flowers. I know a lot of my friends do that or used to do that, and it's not good energy. All right, but potpourri, because it's the petals, it's fine. It's different than the actual dead plant, right? So just be careful with that. But nature is very valuable, it's very important. So again, it's based on Taoist philosophy, emphasizing the flow of energy and balance of yin yang. It doesn't have anything to do with any religion or anything. It's just, this is why we call it philosophy. And anybody, no matter what their religious or spiritual background is, they can apply these tools. All right. So very briefly, when we say chi, and sometimes Japanese say ki, so it's just energy flow. It's very interesting because for a while I was trying to compare ancient Egyptian or our Egyptian cultures when I returned back to Egypt to Feng Shui. And then I started remembering things from either old Egyptian movies, okay, because of course when you live abroad all your life, you watch a lot of Egyptian movies, especially the old ones, مسرحيات كتير, a lot of things. So somehow the heritage of the cultural stuff, you store a lot of these things. So when we used to hear somebody that says المكان ده ريحه خفيف. Have you heard that, guys, before?
Yes.
So it's very popular. يقول لك يا ساتر المكان ده ريحه تقيل، او المكان عتبات. كلمة عتبات ده that's the entryway. Okay. واحيانا لما حد ينقل النيو ابارتمنت يقولوا له عتبتك خضراء ان شاء الله. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But I've been collecting these sayings because it's equivalent to what we studied in Feng Shui, which is fascinating. So the entryway, which we will talk about very shortly, it's very critical. So عتبتك خضراء means it's prosperous. So we are wishing you a prosperous new place. So الريح بتاع المكان, it's the chi, the energy flow, right? So it's the vital life force energy that flows through all living things and spaces. Because some people think that the chi, the energy flow, goes through the human being only. No, it's everywhere. The plants, animals, everything around us. Even Mother Gaia, our planet is a sentient being. All right. So Qi is everywhere. So we exchange the energy flow, we exchange it. This is why in meditation, sometimes we actually pull some energy from God's energy, from the creators, and bring it all the way down to our hearts, and then pull from Mother Gaia energy and also put it in our hearts. So there is a balance up and down, which is the duality, the yin yang, earth and sky, and so on. All right. So this is when we try to balance the energies of what's around us. All right. Some people are floating when they do a lot of meditations and prayers, and that they're really floating. They are not grounded. They are not centered. So we need more grounding. This is why walking barefoot on grass, sand, earth, actual earth, is very important, very grounding, and it gets rid of any negativity in your body. All right. So the soil, the ground absorbs all the negativity. Right. So if you are aware of all these things, you will start using your intuition, your gut feeling, your intuition, and you will start sensing, if you walk into a room, that this corner, there is something wrong with this corner. There is some stagnant energy somewhere there. So you will find yourself going towards this corner and see what's wrong. It could be a dead plant. It could be storage area that you haven't opened in a long time. So there is something, all right? So intuition, and this is actually what I learned when I went to Hong Kong and studied or remembered with this Feng Shui master of the Grand Master. He actually taught us to use intuitive Feng Shui. Intuition is very, very important. So there is the science part, which are the formulas and this and that, but using your intuition is really the key. And this is the difference between, like we say in Arabic, حافظ مش فاهم. So people watch a lot of videos, they read a lot of books, they attend a lot of even online workshops and this and that, but still there is something wrong with the energy of the place. So the missing component is your personal intuition. All right. And you will find that the energy changes, your energy, the energy of the place. You might have some visitors and something change. All right. So you have to be very, I'm not saying overly sensitive that you are running crazy all day and night and trying to clear and move things around. No, we don't do that. All right. It's just sensing if there is something that's not balanced and that needs you to pay attention to, and it could be something very simple. All right. So sometimes the remedies, believe it or not, are very, very simple. They are not too complicated like the Western version of Feng Shui is. It's commercialized. It's like same when I studied Reiki in Virginia Beach, and you study with the lineage, the genuine lineage of Dr. Usui and all the Japanese lineage, basically. And it's the traditional way. And then you watch a workshop, the westernized version of it. It's really a little bit different. Okay. And it confuses people because some people start using their own energy, not the creator's energy that they channel through their bodies. All right. So all what I'm saying is always return to the source. Okay. If it's Chinese origin, return back to Chinese origin and see how simple it is, because 1.5 billion people are using it. Not all of them can read the ancient Chinese script of the original Feng Shui. So we can apply it as well. All right. So all what we are after, good chi flow brings health, happiness, and prosperity, while blocked chi can lead to stagnation and issues, especially health issues, relationship issues, and of course, money and career issues, which is everything really in life, all right? So this is why we pay attention and we use our intuition. So now everybody hears about yin yang all the time, and we see this symbol all over the place. It's the third dimension we are living in, and third dimension is not a place, it's our frequency, how we are vibrating. It's like radio station. You are setting up to a certain frequency, so you receive signals from different radio stations, okay? So when you work on yourself and you are of service to others, you are always in a loving place with gratitude, appreciating even the little what you have. So you are always raising your vibration and trying your best to maintain it at a higher level, not very high, but a higher level, by practicing hobbies that you enjoy, listening to music you like, being outside in nature. This is when you start moving to the fourth and fifth dimension, which are really raising your vibration so you can receive different radio stations. Let's put it this way, okay? So yin yang is duality, and in the third dimension we are in duality, the male, female, positive, negative, day and night, all these, and we also need to balance. So we need to have a balance in our life, all right? So each one of us, we have feminine and masculine energies. So it doesn't have anything to do with sex, the sexual origin, the biological sex of the person. All right, it's energy, the feminine and the masculine energies. So sometimes, and actually translates also to the right and left sides of the brain. All right, the right side is the creative side, the emotional, nurturing, artistic side. The left side is more logical, practical, go-getter. So it's the feminine, masculine energies that we have. All right. So in a work situation, you will find yourself using the left side of the brain, which is the masculine energy, as a go-getter, managing your time, doing all sorts of things, closing deals, negotiating. Then you need to balance with your feminine side. This is why I keep saying practicing hobbies is very important, even like cooking, Lulu. And Lulu is an excellent chef. And painting, I have two or three of Lulu's paintings. So all this artistic work balances the masculine energies. All right. So it's very important, and it's for men and women, because sometimes people think it's only for women that they have to balance their feminine side. We are talking about energies, right? So we're not talking about sexuality. All right. So yin is usually passive, receptive energy, such as darkness, stillness. And darkness, by the way, is not something bad. And please feel free to ask a question or just jump in and comment, all right? If you want to elaborate more on something I'm saying, because it's really sharing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not giving a lecture or whatever. I'm just sharing with you what I know to remind you of what you used in a past life or genetic memory. So please contribute. If you have something to add to what I'm explaining, please do. All right? Yes?
Yes, okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So darkness is not something bad. At this stage of what the whole world it's almost the whole universe, but the whole world around us is going through a lot of serious changes. We need to get rid of the old programming, because we were programmed to really be slaves and be controlled. So they inverted everything that was good, so we don't use it to our advantage. All right. Even the number 13, it was a lucky number for ancient Egyptians. Black cats, cats are sentient beings, they are healers, and so on. So there are lots of these kind of examples. So even darkness, you need darkness to appreciate light. You need darkness to fall asleep. Okay, even your hormonal cycle needs darkness to rejuvenate and go through its biorhythmic cycles and so on. All right. So, and stillness is good when you want to relax and meditate. And meditation is very simple. It's just giving your brain a break for a couple of minutes to just take a break. So when you return back, it can restart fresh again and continue what you were working on. All right. So this is why sometimes when we say yin, people think yin is something bad. It's not. All right. Yang is active dynamic energy, example, light and movement. Sometimes they associate women or feminine energy with yin and masculine energy with yang. So we're talking about energies again, not men and women, okay, as biological sexes, all right? So we need to balance both, because we do have both, and we need to know when to use what. Because sometimes you need to move and be active, other times you need to sit still and relax, all right? So balance, the interplay of yin and yang, creates harmony in your environment as well. In some areas, you find you need to hang the wind chimes. Some people hang them in the balcony outside or in a garden. Some people hang them by a window where they feel that there is stagnant energy. And when the wind blows and the wind chime moves and makes sound, because sound therapy is very important. Of course, you don't buy a huge wind chime, one of those brass ones. I don't know if you guys seen them in some shops, and sometimes if you travel, you see them in temples. Have you seen, any of you guys seen the huge wind chimes? The
Yes.
brass one?
Yeah. They're usually in copper. I found them in Cambodia and
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
love them.
sorry?
I love them.
Yeah, but you
It's
cannot
not-
have them inside the house. Okay, this the proportion, the size is
No,
important.
yeah, little ones was I have in my bedroom in many areas. Yes, I love.
Okay, so it's good, but we need also to put them in the place where they are needed. right?
Okay.
Because you might put something that's moving in a place that already have fast moving chi, whereas
Yes.
that area you need a slower chi for a calmer place. So we're disturbing it and thinking it's something positive, all right? So this is why we go through all these very briefly, so you will know how to use them properly. Because if you loved, I love them. Oh my God. When I'm traveling, some places, the whole shop is almost different wind chimes, and you keep trying the different ones, whatever.
Yes. But Emmy, I have a question because for example, like I hang one of them in the guest room, and I noticed it's not making sound, because the air didn't come to this part. So I think at the end of the day, in order for them to have sound, you will need to put them near the air somehow.
This is why they are called wind chime. So you need wind. You need
Yeah,
airflow.
no, but I'm commenting because you said maybe we put them in a place where we feel stagnant energy.
Yeah, but stagnant energy, but close to a window where you get some air flowing. Yes. So it's a good question because we need to clarify it. So you don't put it in a corner of a room where there is no air flowing. Then it's
Yeah.
useless. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you feel that area, that corner, like if you divide the room into quarters and that quarter has a window and you feel that the energy here is a little bit stagnant, you might hang the wind chime close to the window. So when it's open, it moves a little bit and it chimes.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good question for sure. Yes. Because, yeah, I see people hanging wind chimes all over the place, everywhere, and it's just decoration. Yes? It's not actually doing the function it's supposed to do it, which is fine. You know, I have a very nice wind chime. I think I don't have it here right now. It's just dolphins, and they're so cute. And I was just hanging it in the kitchen on one of the cabinet handles because it looks nice.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it there as a functional wind chime. It's just I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
Mind you, when I open the cabinet, it moves.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm saying. Use your intuition, your creativity. As long as you know what each tool is used for, then you can be creative and use it to your advantage, right?
ممكن معلش
Yeah, go
يعني
ahead.
نص صاحي ولسه نص نايم معلش.
It's okay, Tim.
في بحر يعني عندي كتير قوي اصلي. I'm living in the rooftop, so I have them in the front and the back, inside, on the doors. في اتنين منهم مثلا بحركهم على طول. يعني I feel where the wind is coming from or where's the energy. بقوم ساحبها كده حاططها في حتة تانية أو محركها يمين أو شمال. Can we move them, or they don't need to be infinitely stable?
You mean you manually move them?
لا يعني بعلقها في حتة تانية أو بحركها يمين وشمال on a road where the wind is coming وحطيتهم في وسط الزرع أغلبهم
Yes. You can move. I like to even move sometimes some pieces of furniture if I can move them.
Yeah.
Okay, it refreshes the flow of energy in the place.
Yeah.
Okay. Because again, even chairs, like if you just move them around the table, so instead of sitting on the same chair every day, all your life, moving things, you are actually refreshing the energy of the place. So moving things, if you are guided to, definitely do it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. Anything that moves is good. All right. As long as it's not stagnant.
Emmy, I have just a small question just to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. I have this bell, okay? And sometimes I go to some corners where I feel, energy is not flowing very well and I keep ringing it. Is that fine?
It's great. It's sound therapy and we use it all the time. It's really good. All right. And I think in the handout that I emailed you guys, I think there is some of the remedies is the sound therapy. We have bells.
Okay.
Okay. I like different types of bells made from different material because you can get the crystal ones, you can get the copper ones. There is a wide range.
Yes.
And the sounds are different. Okay. When I used to do energy balancing sessions for my clients using different healing modalities, it depends on what they needed. And I was using crystals, aromatherapy. I usually do clearing with bells.
Yeah.
Okay, clear their aura with their bell. And it's very interesting because sometimes the bells work like a pendulum.
Oh.
I didn't know that before. Okay, I intuitively I was guided to do that. Okay, nobody told me to use the bell for clearing an aura, for example. This is why I'm saying when you are in tune with your higher self and your intuition, you will be guided, and it depends on your client needs. So one of my clients, every time I'm going above her chakras, most of her chakras are blocked. The bell did not ring. It was I never seen that in my whole life before. It's like you try to ring it and it doesn't want to ring.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really amazing. And she herself, she is a holistic practitioner. So she knows about energies and all that stuff. So it's not only I'm the only one that was just surprised. So after we did the clearing and everything and whatever, we did that again. So most of the chakras were cleared except the lower chakra. Again, it did not want to ring. That was amazing.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's like, because I never imagined that you try to ring a bell and it's not going to.
Yes.
Like, I
Okay.
mean, logically speaking, it does not work this way. You just move it, it's going to ring. It's like, it did not. And we try it again. You go somewhere else, it's ringing. So it's really interesting once you get into, of course, as a healing practitioner, because we are not really healers, we are just channeling God's healing energy to help others. So you do your own clearing and prayers and to make sure you are channeling the good healing energy. Not any energies, because sometimes different types of demonic energies interfere. And you meditate and you do all your clearings and stuff. So all of a sudden you will be guided. You will be getting guidance. Even the type of crystals to use, you will be guided.
Yeah.
For some people, I found that, oh my God, I need to make a grid underneath the massage table for these people and put certain crystals without knowing exactly. Like, it's not like I read a book and say, oh yeah, quartz is good for this, lapis is good for that. No, I just feel that this is the crystal to put here and there. So this is why I'm saying intuition is very important. Actually, it's good that we're talking about crystals, because some people have crystals scattered all over their place. Okay, because I collect crystals from all over the world, actually.
Yeah.
And I travel with a box of my crystals. Sometimes I get in trouble at the airport. They tell me are precious stones and all sorts of things, and you say, yeah, they are just piece, because I like the raw crystals. So anyways, it's very dangerous because crystals do absorb negative energies. So it's not like we are displaying the crystals and they are sending all these wonderful energies. You can program them to do that, but they do absorb negative energies. And if you have guests that like to keep touching your crystals, their energy is there. So be very, very careful. I used to have lots of like, I started buying like straw baskets to put my crystals in because I like natural material.
Yeah.
So if it's wood or straw or bamboo, anything that's natural is good, and preferably does not have corners. If it's round, it's better. Okay, but they need cleaning and clearing all the time.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because I've seen people display their crystals and they're sitting there collecting negative energies and, of course, radiating it back. I think it's only selenite. I think selenite is the only thing that clears crystals. So
Well, I put them in the sun, and sometimes I do with Palo Santo around them. That's why.
Okay, there is running water and usually filtered water, not tap water, because it has chlorine.
Salt and the running water.
So a little bit of sea salt, but be careful because it depends on the type of crystal. Some crystals might dissolve in water, so water might affect it. But most of the solid crystals, they are okay. So usually I soak them a little bit in water and salt and then have running water from my water filter. And then if there is a full moon, I put them outside for a full day of sun and then a full cycle of the full moon.
I do that too, yes.
Yeah, so it's like the yin yang type of energy they are charged with. And again, anything you do, intention is very important. So whatever you are doing, no matter what it is, your intent is very important. Even drinking a sip of water, believe it or not. Okay. Like people that are angry and mad and yelling and screaming and trying to drink water, they are programming the water with negativity. And it poisons their body. We didn't know that, you know, it's just the research that have been done about programming water.
Yeah.
You know, how many times we were crying and angry and mad, and then we are drinking the water to stop crying or whatever. It's really, so the intention is very, very important. This is why in Reiki, for example, okay, we do the shokore on top of the water, the food, and whatever. So again, it depends on your spiritual beliefs. It could be just simple prayer like Bismillah, أي حاجة, whatever, okay, as long as you are blessing it, it's the intention to bless it and drink something positive. It's as simple as that, all right? So with crystals, you can program the crystals, especially the important pieces that you use a lot. You can have a crystal, a quartz crystal, you program it for healing. So each crystal can have something. Some people use crystals for divination. You hold it in your hand and close your eyes, and you want to receive a message or an answer to something. It's like a crystal ball, but it's right now we don't have a crystal ball, so it's a quartz crystal. So what I'm saying is everything is about intention. So while you are charging your crystals with the full moon and the sunshine, the intention is to release any negative energies or entities from your crystals and charge it with God's healing, loving light or energies, okay? Intention is very important, all right? Because you don't know. We have a lot of beings around us that we cannot see because of our, again, vibration, our wavelength, and the veil that's between us and so on, but they are around. And sometimes they need hosts, and the host could be anything. This brings us to the mirrors later on, because the mirrors are very tricky and we have to be very, all right? So if you're aware of these simple tips, but they are very critical actually, and sometimes I wish I knew about them a long time ago because nobody put it all together and told us about it. It's trial and error, and you hear it here and there, okay? But it's very critical. So anything you do, do it with intention. Even cooking, believe it or not. All right? When you are cooking a meal, you are cooking it with love. Don't prepare something when you are angry and mad because you are really programming it with this type of energy. I used to have a maid when I was very busy sometimes. I like to cook my own meals, but when I was very busy sometimes I would let her prepare a meal for me. I noticed that it looks good, it smells good, but I cannot eat it because again, I'm very sensitive to energies. So it's like, what's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with it? Then I discovered that while she's cooking, she's always, of course, now they have two mobile phones underneath their طرحة بتاعتهم there. And she's always fighting, and she was trying to divorce her husband, and she's yelling and screaming and whatever while she's trying to cook my meal. So it was really weird because I started noticing a pattern. So I had to observe, what is she doing? Because I buy everything. So it's the food I bought, and it's always organic and high quality and everything. My spices, my pots and pans, my stove. So what's wrong? It ended up being her bad energy, you know? So it's very, very important. So the days that you feel you're angry or mad or whatever, just relax and meditate for a few minutes, listen to music, just stand outside in the fresh air, in the sunshine. Sunshine is very important, okay? Just relax and calm yourself down and return back when you are ready with the intention to cook a meal with healing, loving energy. And you can say it in a voice that you can hear. You don't have to yell it and scream it, but sound is very important. Okay? Sound therapy. Sound has, it changes the vibration of everything. So it changes the vibration of your cells because you can hear it. Your subconscious mind can hear it and everything else. Okay? So be aware of that. Whatever you are doing, set intention. Very important. This is why even in the dream work workshop, I keep telling people, set intention before you fall asleep. And you keep doing it until your subconscious is programmed. Usually it takes 21 days, the magic number, to program the subconscious. All right. So intention is very important. Yes. Does it make sense?
Makes a lot of sense, yes.
All right. Good. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to give you guys a 10 minutes break. Okay? And then we come back and continue. All right? And now, right now it's 2:20. So we return back at 2:30. So 10 minutes. You can have tea, coffee, snacks, juice, go to the bathroom. Okay. Walk around, because sitting for extended periods of times, actually, it's stagnant energy. You need to move. All right. So this is why usually every hour, because I teach online, and most of my Zoom sessions with my students, university students, they are 3 hours long. And once in a while, they schedule 2 sessions back to back. Last term, I was teaching 6 hours back to back. Okay. So I had to give my students a break. Of course, I give them a lot of exercise activities. I have to move around. I have to go and drink some water outside on the balcony, look at my plants and come back. So moving is very important, especially for people if your job requires sitting for extended periods of time, or even if you are just lounging, relaxing at home and watching Netflix, just make sure every hour to go and do something and come back. All right. So let's come back in 10 minutes. All right.
See you.
All right.
Thank you.
Emmer, did you have your coffee and everything or not yet?
ما بشربش قهوة، قاعد بشرب فانيلا رويبوس تي.
Oh, nice. All right.
شفتي بقى الفeng shui شغاله.
ده مش فانج شوي بس، ده كل حاجة.
بحاول أصحصح.
Yeah, and vanilla is very nice. But vanilla is supposed to be relaxing, isn't it?
Vanilla? No,
Huh?
no, chamomile is relaxing. I don't know if vanilla is relaxing substance.
No, when you smell it, you feel
Oh, when you
relaxed.
smell it, yeah, of course.
It's like lavender when you I love to add lavender to my teas and stuff like that. So
lavender is very relaxing physically.
yeah.
Bathtub, when you put Epsom salts and you put baking soda and 10 drops of lavender, it's magic.
Yeah, you fall asleep in your bathtub, yes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll see you in minutes. I have to make a couple phone calls.
Sure. All right. We'll see you later. Continue.
ماشي. Okay.
All right. So hopefully, guys, you are back fresh from the break. So now this is very important, which is the 5 elements, because you need to balance them in your home. Sometimes people have a lot of one element more than the other, and it's not needed in that area, for example. Okay, so this is why, of course, I'm going to send you the whole PowerPoint so you can go through all these details again, other than the handouts. But it's very important. As an example, some people love metal. So you enter their home, you find metal tables, metal chairs, metal statues, metal wind chimes. You feel that there is a lot of metal around, okay? And there is no balance of the other elements. And sometimes a corner or that specific area, for example, is supposed to have wood, and instead you have fire. So fire actually burns wood. So it negates the effect, the positive effect of the wood that you have, okay? So this is why we have a destructive cycle, okay, and the healthy cycle, and there is the neutralizing, when you want to neutralize one of the, or slow down something, okay? So the 5 elements is fire, earth, metal, water, and wood, okay? So usually if you have wood, like you have a tree, you have wood, and you burn it, it becomes ashes, which is earth. And then somehow earth has metal within, and then the metal condenses the water, and the water will help the plants. So there is a kind of a natural cycle in nature that they borrowed the concept from, okay? So this is why, for example, in the kitchen, they tell you, make sure that the stove is not beside the sink, because fire and water, it's a very destructive cycle, okay? So if you understand this 5 element cycle, you will start rearranging your place in a way that's more comfortable. Of course, some people have a small kitchen and you have a limited space where you can stick things around. So just have a partition, something that can separate the sink from the stove, in the middle, in between them, put something, the salt and pepper, whatever, put something just to separate them, even energetically, all right? Because sometimes the remedies are very simple, really, okay? So this is the 5 element cycle, and it's very important to know the direction. And if you reverse it, it becomes destructive. So you have the creation and the destruction, okay? Of course, each element has its unique energy, like I call it. So as an example, wood, it symbolizes growth and vitality. So you use in areas needing expansion and new energy, okay? Because if you understand what the element symbolizes, then you can use it in the places where you need this type of energy. And remember that you don't need to have a piece of wood or a plant. It could be the color that represents the wood element, all right? And actually, I have a whole series of slides coming up about colors, because colors, you have color therapy. So, I mean, colors definitely have therapeutic effect, okay? So if you know how to use the colors effectively, definitely you will benefit health-wise and everything else also. I keep concentrating on health because a lot of people these days are not feeling well somehow. Because of course, maybe the planetary alignments, the chaos, the global chaos that's happening in the world. They keep spraying us with things or whatever. So health is number one. We have to really take good care of our health as a priority. Yeah.
Amy,
Yes.
Amy, what do you mean by they keep spraying us with things? Because
You know the chemtrails in the
بس
sky.
وقفوها
Yeah.
خلاص.
ما وقفوها بعد after they sprayed us for years.
Yeah.
And the GMOs, the
ده إيه ده؟
genetic modified vegetables and fruits,
Yeah.
things that's added to the water. So there are
أصل
lots.
it's so weird. الساعة 4 الصبح هنا بلاقي عربية زي بتاعت عربية الناموس بتاعتي، بس هي الساعة 4 الصبح ده يعني ميعاد odd شوية. يعني الحمد لله أنا يعني بابقى يا إما مقفلة يا إما باجري أقفل كل حاجة، بس الساعة 4 الصبح عربية ناموس بتيجي ترش ليه؟ صح ولا أنا غلطانة ولا ده عادي ولا حد عنده
والله
كده؟
حتى الرش بتاع الناموس is not healthy.
طبعا طبعا ده كده كده، بس I'm saying
والvaccines and everything. So I
please.
mean هتقولي ايه ولا ايه يعني.
على رأيك.
So we try our best as we can, okay, to strengthen our immune system, to be outside in nature. Sunshine is very healing. Of course, the beneficial hours. Everything in nature is healing. The herbs, the natural herbs. Make sure to get organic because even herbs, they spray them. So just try your best, whatever you can. But return back to basics. I've been cooking actually, cooking using clay pots, glass, trying to avoid metals as best as I can. This is why I'm interested in ancient cultures. They lived forever. And you go and see how they were preparing their foods and all that stuff, okay? So health is number one, because without health, you cannot accomplish anything, not even your spiritual journey or spiritual mission that you came in this life cycle to accomplish. If you are not feeling well and you are always sick, how are you going to help anybody else? You know? Which again takes us to a very important thing. Don't let anybody touch your body, healing massage or anything, unless you interview them and sense their energies, okay? Please use your intuition, especially these days. Don't let anybody do tarot readings for you, channel messages for you, because there is a lot of confusions, a lot of demonic energies, and this is from a lot of people all over the world that knows really what's going on, okay? So it's not like somebody قاعد على الكنبة بيفتي يعني. So be very sensitive to other people's energies and what they are channeling, all right? Because again, demonic entities, they are tricksters. So they trick people and they pretend to be angelic and good, and so they start with something good. The amount of people that I've seen that are involved in black magic, especially in Egypt, is amazing. I was shocked, okay? And when I used to do healing sessions, the energy balancing sessions and that, some people used to come to me to undo a healing session that somebody else did for them, and they became violently sick energetically because that person was channeling their own energy, did not clear their energies, and they might have been channeling negative entities. So these people might have attachments, might have whatever. So please be very careful with that, okay? Always clear your aura. This is why salt baths are very important. Incense, sunshine, nature, grounding, standing barefooted outside, outdoors, okay? All the time. Right now, whenever you feel heavy energy, just do a clearing and cleaning for yourself, okay? Because a lot of people right now are being attacked. I don't know if you heard even about, are you following Tucker Carlson and these people?
لا ايه ده؟
What's going on?
Tucker Carlson, he was one of the famous broadcasters, and he got fired, and now he has his own, but he's one of the very famous broadcasters. So anyways, people that you never imagined that they are going to talk about demonic attacks and stuff like that, he has physical attack, and he never believed in that stuff before. So what I'm saying is, please be very sensitive, even if you don't believe in any of that stuff. Just all what I want you to do is protect yourself. Again, intention is important. Okay, so if you imagine pure white light, God's light surrounding you and protecting you, and with the intention that you are protected, and anything that's not for your highest good is repelled, and it's sent to the light to be transmuted, send it away from you to be transmuted. Okay, just visualize, make sure you are protected and shielded, because it's very challenging times and you want to stay healthy. All right, so wood, again, you need it for expansion and new energy. Actually, I don't know about you guys, but I just love plants. I have a lot of indoor and outdoor plants. I feel life when I see a plant in front of me while I'm working on my laptop all the time. As if you have a companion, because it's a sentient being. Now they discovered that plants, they can communicate with each other and all sorts of things happening, and they grow when they listen to certain kinds of music, so they are sentient beings. So you have a living thing in your space, and it giving you oxygen, purifying the air. Enjoy it, okay? So
Can I have plants in the bedroom?
well, the only plant that I have in my bedroom is the spider plant.
Okay.
Also snake.
I don't like snake plants, and it's not
Well, I know.
recommended according to Feng Shui.
Yeah,
Anything
but
that
they
have,
purify the air.
I know anything with sharp ends are not good. Anything.
But the spider one has
Cactus.
sharp ends, doesn't it?
No, it's
No.
soft. It's
Soft.
soft.
Mm.
It's not spiky. Okay.
Yeah.
So spider plants are recommended to be put in rooms, in bedrooms?
For me, I mean, you can, if you use pendulums, use your pendulum and see if it's good for you. If not, just use your intuition, hold the spider plant and think about it in the bedroom. Again, your intuition will guide you. For me, because I have allergies, and our compound is still under construction, so we get a lot of this very thin, powdery dust that you cannot even see. So it aggravates my allergies. So somehow having the spider plant there, I always have the window a little bit open, sunshine during the day. So just try it, use your intuition and see what works for you. But I wouldn't put a lot of plants and stuff in the bedroom.
No, just one.
Yeah.
One.
For
And
me,
another
just,
question.
yeah.
And what about that whole put a cactus next to your laptop?
Cactus.
Oh,
Again, according to Feng Shui, anything with spikes is not recommended. Anything with thorns is
yeah.
not recommended to have it in the house.
Oh my
أنا
God, I
لازم
look
يدمر البلكونة.
As long as it's not inside the house.
It's in the balcony, it's fine.
in the balcony.
My
But I
brother
love that.
Yeah.
مام برضو يا لهوي عليكم أنا مش بحب
As long as
cactus.
it's not inside the house, it's not recommended really.
لا بس the idea of having خلاص يعني سيبك من كلمة cactus, having a plant next to your computer or laptop.
I just love it. I already have 2 plants here and 3 behind me. It's like
No, does it
I-
really like take up the energy that's radiating out of the device itself? Does it like take it away from you?
if you put it with that intention. Again, remember, it's a sentient being. I don't want to say it reads your energy. Or plants die when you go on holidays and somebody
Yes,
else
very
is
true.
taking care of them.
Very true.
Very
You
true.
know,
Yes.
it happens to
Very
me every single time.
Me
You know,
too.
it's just 1 week, and they had to water it once or twice. I come back and find some of my plants just dead for no apparent reason. It's not overwatered or whatever. They don't like it. And again, they did a lot of research on plants and even the roots of the trees, how they communicate with each other, and if there is danger. So if you guys watch the movie Avatar, they said that actually these type of movies are more documentaries than anything that's science fiction. So even trees, the roots of trees, they have a network. It's just
Yes.
fascinating, you know?
Yes.
So if you put a plant next to you, I usually have a plant. I usually have a crystal for protection. I have my essential oil, the aromatherapy diffuser, whatever works for you. Okay, sometimes I burn incense. Every day I burn incense, by the way. Okay, first thing in the morning and around sunset. But while I'm working, I like to have the diffuser on. It has Himalayan salt and on top, and it has different colors for the chakras, so you can turn the colors on. And so, because again, if you're sitting in front of a laptop for extended periods of time, like I do, you need kind of to relax your eyes so you can look at the plant, look at outside the window if you have a window and a nice view, smell the aromatherapy. You need to work on your health. That's what I'm trying to say. So whatever works with you, put it with the intention again. And talk to your plant. Believe it or not, they found that people that do talk to the plants do well. They listen to music. So for my plants, when I see, because I have a lot of flowering plants like ياسمين وفل ورد بلدي, like ورد جوري وحاجات زي كده. So when I see a bud that's opening, I'm standing in the balcony like a crazy woman, say, "Oh my God, that's great!" Okay, so
Your twin does that.
Emmy,
yeah,
I talk to my plants, I play certain frequency for my plants, and that's why a lot of them they die when I leave, when I travel, even when my friends water them like you, because I talk to them, all the time, and I touch them, I kiss them. No, they really
yes, they do.
listen, and
Yeah, because they did actually scientific experiments as well. So we are not just imagining things. No, it has scientific evidence as well. All right. But even without scientific evidence, it's from my own experience, you well, and it's very interesting. If you are sick, you will find that certain plants are not doing well. Okay, because I one of my favorite plants, it was an African violet. When I was in Canada, I had a collection of different African violets and frilled ones and beautiful ones. And so all of a sudden, I was very, very sick. I had COVID actually a couple of times when I was in Canada, and I was really, really sick. I didn't know it was COVID when we first got it. I thought it was a terrible flu with bronchitis or something. Believe it or not, few of them died. I wasn't coughing on them or anything. It's just because I think the energy they feel,
yeah,
because again, this is why we call it dis-ease. So there is
yeah.
something wrong with your frequency, okay? So they can sense it and it affects. And birds, by the way, if you have birds, they sense your energy as well. Okay, because I have actually a special collection of Canaria, the frilled canaries, very fancy ones.
Nice.
Sorry?
No, I'm saying nice.
Yeah, I always have birds and fish and plants
Yeah.
because I love nature. So if I'm not looking outside and see nature, I bring it indoors. And if I have a balcony, of course, it makes a difference. Because again, if you if you live a stressful life, which most of us are, if you are living, it's a stressful life. So you need to bring down your stress level. And the best way is nature, actually. A comedy, before you sleep, you must watch a comedy and laugh before you sleep, not watch disasters and fall asleep. It affects your energy, it affects your soul journey during your body when your body is sleeping, because you are sending your subconscious a message that it's doom and gloom. So it's going to go and search for more of that. Okay? But if the last thing, it's relaxing music that you love, you watch a comedy and you are laughing your head off, and then you fall asleep, then this is where you are directing your soul during its dream journey. And again, it's research proven that stuff. Okay? So intention is very important. Your intuition is important. So both intention and intuition, very, very important. The fire element represents passion, energy, and transformation. Again, you use it in spaces for warmth and activity, all right? And as I keep saying, you don't need a real fire. It could be the color that symbolizes the fire, because you can have something that represents a fire. You can have candles when you burn incense, red color, and so on. The earth element, it symbolizes stability, grounding, and nourishment. So grounding, this is why I have plants everywhere. You need grounding, because I do a lot of meditation and prayers and stuff like that, and reflecting and sometimes like that. So sometimes you feel yourself, you're up there in a world that you don't want to come down, so you really need grounding. So this is when you need the plants and you need to water them, fertilize them, pick up the flowers. I don't pick up flowers because I like them to take their full cycle somehow, only if it's important for the plant, because some plants, if you don't remove the dead buds, the new flowers are not going to come out. So you have to get to understand your flowers, your plants as well, okay? So the earth element is space that need balance and support. Metal, again, it symbolizes clarity, precision, and focus. You need it in places where you need sharpness and organization, but be very careful not to overdo it with any of these, because I found myself once in a while overdoing it. So I might have a lot of plants indoors. A lot of good thing is not good, all right, believe it or not, because I like natural stuff. So I have a lot of clay things, alabaster stuff, you know, wooden things. I have beautiful wooden furniture that's handmade. So again, you don't want to overdo it. You really need to balance it. So the reason I'm saying this is once in a while you can overdo it without being aware of it, because you love something. So every time you go shopping, you have a tendency to buy the same, not the same exactly, but I'm saying from the same category or element. So this is why it's very important to actually, and this is something I will advise you to do later on, to go to each room and scan the room and see if it's balanced or not. What are the things that you need to remove? What are the things you need to add to balance it? So you really don't need to buy new things. Sometimes just moving something from one room to another, it makes a big difference, all right? The water element, again, symbolizes flow, abundance, communication. So it's very useful. This is why some people have the tabletop water fountains, okay? They have aquariums, but aquariums, you need to put them in the right spot, okay? Any moving water, not stagnant water, all right? This is why the toilet, we always say you must cover the toilet. because water collects the energy. You don't put a glass of water next to your bed at night without covering it. Very important. So everything is, anything you think of is neutral, is how you use it. It could be positive or negative. So this is why you have to be aware of what you are doing, okay? Because you could be hurting yourself and you're not aware of it. You might think it's something good to have water next to you and have a sip of water when you wake up, but you left the cup uncovered all night, collecting energy from the room, negative energy from the room. Okay, we're not even talking about viruses or bacteria or whatever, but we are just talking about energies right now. Okay, so be aware of that. And if you don't have water feature, you can use mirrors, but very carefully. Yes.
I have a question regarding water because I have a chauffage at my place. So in the winter, sometimes I put a bowl of water just above the radiator because otherwise my skin is very dry. So this is not good. Maybe I cover the water.
No, it's fine. No, this is fine.
Okay.
No problem. But I'm talking about water you are going to drink.
Okay, good. Okay.
Or toilet water, it's different. But actually, when I was both in Thailand and China, when I was going to buy crystals, you go to places where they sell amazing pieces of crystals. In their display cabinets, in the glass display, they have cups of water. So it was fascinating. So I asked the lady, I said, why do you have a cup of water? She said, because they are alive. And you can kill a crystal. It could die. I didn't know that. I really didn't. Because I mean, you can put crystals in a box and it's closed and that's it. No, it needs aeration and it needs humidity. Some of the crystals did crack on me. They cracked. And it's like, what happened? So when you understand that humidity is important for us, for the plants, for things like even crystals, and if you have wooden furniture, believe it or not, it's important as well. All right. So having a bowl with water, because of this is why sometimes you might have a humidifier in the winter. Okay, because you need humidity in the place. If you don't have a humidifier and you have a bowl of water, that's fine, as long as you change it. You don't.
Yeah, and sometimes I put salt in it,
which is fine. Yeah. But change it, because again, you don't want the water to be stagnant for 3-4 days. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. Humidity is very useful, actually. So balancing the 5 elements, very, very important. Again, they don't have to be equally balanced, because once in a while I get a person that asks me a question, balancing, does it mean that I have to have equal elements? Like the amount of wood is the same as metal, as the same as this in a room? No, it's not like that. You balance it according to the area that you are working on, okay? Because each area could have, for example, it's an area that needs wood. So if you don't have enough wood and you have fire, then you need to reduce the red color and put more of plants or wood and so on, okay? So it doesn't have to be equal amounts of anything. And this is why I'm saying, as long as when you walk into the room, you don't find excess of something that overwhelms you, because once in a while you walk into a room and you feel extra energy. So even extra positive energy is not good for you. It overwhelms you. All right? Anything good in excess is not that good. All right? Believe it or not, even some crystals. I did have this amazing lapis, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, lapis lazuli bracelet from Thailand, because I just love lapis. The first time I put it on, I felt my whole body is buzzing, as if I'm hearing buzzing sounds. It's like What's wrong? I have my Chinese jade bracelet. I've been wearing it for a long time. I never take it up. Nothing.
Was it synchronizing with you?
No, it was too powerful. It was too powerful for me. So I had to actually remove it. And for a while, I was putting it near my bed on the night table because I have other crystals and see how I feel about it. So it was really very powerful because it's one piece and it's really solid lapis and it's thick. Okay. So you get a heavy duty dose of lapis. So if your body does not need it at that time, even if it's good, so this is why I'm saying intuition is very important. Lately, I just started wearing it, believe it or not, last week. I was going to Alexandria with my cousin, and all of a sudden I felt like I want to wear my lapis. So I was wearing it. For protection, for whatever it was meant for, it worked. So this is why I'm saying intuition and intention are very, very important. Okay, so now guided visualization for you guys. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine walking through a perfectly balanced space with flowing chi. Okay, so it could be your dream room, whatever that room is. Okay, so just visualize yourself walking into that space. It's perfectly balanced and the chi is flowing smoothly. All right, so you can envision specific elements. You can see if there are water features, there are plants, anything that attracted your attention in that space. All right, I'll give you 5 minutes to visualize that and sense how you feel. All right, and we'll come back and share. All right, 5 minutes. Please visualize something positive, all right? Because once in a while I get some body sidetracks and start visualizing a kitchen or something that's messy, all right? This is not the purpose of the exercise. We are visualizing something perfectly balanced and the chi energy is flowing very smoothly and you feel very comfortable in that room, all right? 5 minutes. All right, So, sharing, who would like to start sharing? How did you feel? And
Wow,
how did the room look like for you?
wow, wow.
Hello, Fadia.
An empty room? You walked into an empty room?
Not really empty compared to my style. Like it was like white painted, and there's like old wood shelves. Then a very nice terracotta, light terracotta colored rug, أو يعني earthy colored rug. وكان فيها كده one big sofa, light oak wood والupholstery very orange. و a glass table with the base of stainless steel metal, حتة بقى contemporary في النص كده. واللايت هو اللي كان أكتر حاجة من أول ما دخلت. It was like an indirect light وعمل زي reflex كتير أوي as if it's blurry, slightly blurry look. ده كان إحساس مريح أوي.
Right. All right. So did you see any plants, any water features, or because
There's
actually, yeah.
yeah, plants on the court in every corner pretty much. Oh, 3 quarters of the room there was plants.
All right. So the colors and the arrangement and the type of elements made you feel peaceful? Was it more peaceful or
Yeah,
relaxed?
yeah, they were in harmony. Yani I felt harmony more than anything else, especially with the
Mhm.
light coming in and giving this light blurry effect on all the elements.
All right. All right.
زي ما
Good.
يكون حاضن، يعني زي ما يكون النور كان حاضن كل الاليمنتس مع بعضيها.
Nice. All right. That sounds good. Sounds peaceful, and you can go and sleep actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. That's
You know what?
great.
But this is what I dream of, because I yani, hopefully one day you will come and see. I have everything you mentioned. I use all the colors based on
Which is
color.
good.
Plants a lot, old wood, the rugs, the leather, بس I end up having so many things because I travel a lot كمان غصب عني بشتري حاجات بحبها وبرجع احطها. People that love it, everybody comes home, they said we don't want to leave. بس انا ساعات بحس ان الحاجات دي كتيره، نفسي في
Yeah.
space.
But it's good that you are having that new space so you can take
مش
some
عايز
of the stuff there.
حاجات تفرش في
Not a
مكان.
lot, but just few pieces.
trying والله هو ده اللي بحاول اعمله.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Mai, would you like to share? Ah, you are muted.
I thought,
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I imagined a beach house because that's my
Nice.
so
Oh, yeah, it's mine too. That's the place that I go to in meditation, the beach house.
nice.
and
Ah,
the walls are in white, and the entrance, well, there is this living space. It's not very big, but there is this white L-shaped sofa, very comfy. Like a couple of plants scattered in the corners somehow, and you have two sides of glass where you're overlooking the sea. I mean, it's like the balcony, but there is also another side of of a wall that's glass. It's not really wall. Yeah, and that's it.
very nice. So you can see nature, the outside nature.
You can
Yes.
see plants outside, you can see the sea, but also you have plants inside, and just one table in front of the sofa and plants in the corners. That's it.
Nice.
Nothing,
Nice.
nothing much. Yeah,
Very nice. Yeah. So how did you feel?
I mean, I could smell the sea.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I just returned back from Alexandria, and the hotel where we were with my cousin, we had the sea view suite. So yeah, you can see the sea all the time, and it's just amazing when you can see the sea all the time. I
Yes.
didn't
Yeah,
want to return back to Cairo, actually.
I forgot to also the ceiling, it was a double height, you know?
Oh,
Very nice. High ceiling,
more
yeah.
space.
Well, it sounds like you are my next door neighbor, actually, because it's similar to but mine, I don't have any brick walls. All are just glass walls
Glass
because
windows.
no, just walls. No, like glass everywhere, so I can see the
Glass
outside.
walls.
Yeah. So one side is the beach and the sea. The other side is my garden,
Yeah.
organic garden. Okay, with vegetables and fruits and everything because I'm into organic gardening. So you
Yes.
see your plants and everything here and there, and yeah, it's just, I mean, and of course I love high ceilings. So it's amazing feeling. You know, you feel as if you are a free spirit. You can just roam anywhere, even if the space is small, but
Yeah.
because you can see outside and you have that glass, and yeah, that's very nice. Yeah. See, when I meditate and I go there, I don't want to return. It's like I
Yes.
feel so good over there. So
Yes. Yes.
this is why sometimes they tell you it's very important to set up um, a what do you call it? A watch, like an alarm clock or a stopwatch or something, because for some people that is very easy for them to just float around, and so you can be floating and going to different dimensions and stuff like that in deep meditation. But you need grounding and you need to come back. So when you hear the alarm, it brings you back. Okay. But a gentle alarm, you don't want something that's very sharp. It's like when you are sleeping, you don't want to come back to your body all of a sudden. So
Yeah.
it's like, but of course, these places are just beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah. You took me there. So now I'm trying to come back. It's like, all right. So next, who wants to go next? Lulu or Marwa?
I
Let's go with
just
Lulu.
entered a room with a very big window, wide
Yes.
open, looking at the field.
Looking at the what? Sorry.
field
Okay. Yeah.
المزروع فيه بقى سنابل قمح مستوية، عارفة اللون الذهبي
Allah.
وأخضر خالص برسيم.
Nice.
And I could smell the برسيم, the freshness of it.
Nice.
But I felt so relaxed, you know, and I was really happy.
So it's the view outside your window that made you feel at peace, yes?
Yes, exactly.
Ah, okay. And the room was very simple and almost empty.
Nothing. There was only a wind.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, your soul needs freedom.
Oh Allah.
Yeah,
I
no,
will
seriously. I
fly.
mean, the fields, when you see fields and you see ذنب القمح we smell fresh برسيم والحاجات دي, this is sometimes when you dream that you are flying, this is what you can see sometimes. I don't know if you have these dreams that you are flying.
Yeah.
Any other than Tamer that actually flies, but we're talking about dreams. Where you are flying, do you see landscape with all sorts of greenery and stuff?
ما لسه كنت اقول لك والنبي كفايه.
لا انت مش عايز تحلم بflying again كفايه. You need grounding actually.
Like, it's a blessing. يعني I see so many mesmerizing sceneries وكل يوم different عن اللي قبله. والسحاب بالذات حاجة سبحان الله الخالق، يعني
سبحان الله.
بيخلي الواحد يعني. I have like 15,000 pictures.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. That's amazing.
فانا عايز انزل مع لولو على القمح يا ريت.
يلا تعالى.
طب والبرسيم
والبرسيم. البرسيم أحلى.
نعمل سموذي.
اه والله طلع البرسيم له فوائد كتيرة صراحة يعني.
بيتعمل سموذي يا فندم دلوقتي.
Yeah.
لا
Actually, sometimes I buy the clover honey. The
Yeah.
honey that's from the
Yeah.
clover flower. Yeah,
لا
it's
بس انت
nice.
عارفه ايه، زمان لما كنا نطلع العزبه ويبقوا زارعين برسيم، انا كنت بحب انام جواه، يعني عارفه انام عليه. اه والله
Yeah,
عارفه.
the
It's
feeling is
massaging
different.
you. It
Wow.
massages you.
amazing, the feeling is
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a very nice visualization, actually. All right, Marwa.
I had those wall windows as well, a cornered one, 2 walls. They were just simply big windows, glass من فوق لتحت. Where the other 2 walls just plain beige, with lots of potus on shelves and climbing the walls. I
Nice.
had your beach furniture in my house, wooden sofas with like very big white cushions. And lots of plants. في مامي اسمها ايه البلانت الكبيرة اللي it has big leaves كده.
Oh,
القشطه.
أيوة القشطة.
Ah,
There were 2 of them,
صح.
one in the corner of the big 2 windows
nice.
and
Yeah.
another one. I don't see any water features عشان لما مامي كان عندها a little waterfall في أوضتها كنت بحس أنا عايزة أعمل فيها روحي طول الوقت.
ايوه I remember.
اقفلي النافورة دي مش مكانها خالص على فكرة. Yeah. Yeah,
And how about the
that's
windows? What can you see outside the windows?
no, it was basically there was too much sun coming in, so
Nice.
you couldn't like really still tell what's outside. عارفة the first glimpse كده.
طب
بس
حلو.
يعني I think you had the view and I took the inside.
Yeah.
I took the interior.
Okay.
So we live in the same compound, it looks like.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, okay. So that's nice. So actually, believe it or not, sometimes to rearrange a room, you need to visualize it first. Because again, this is when you use your intuition and all that. It's the best way to do it, and then you can sketch it and move things around. So, and do it very gently, very gradually. Okay, because I know people that want to just redo the whole house all of a sudden. It disturbs the energy. It's not good. All right. So even removing one thing at a time, it's advisable to have the energy settle down. All right. It's very important. So don't do anything drastic to disturb the energy, even if it's positive, but too much of a good thing. All right. So just visualize it when you remove this and you put it there, how you feel. It feels good. Okay, let's try it and see next day. Okay. So it's really trial and error, but it's your gut feeling, how you feel about it. Yes. So this is important. Okay, so let's return back. All right. So now, of course, I'm sure a lot of you heard of the bagua all the time. Anytime feng shui, we talk about baguas and all sorts of things. And there are different shapes. There is this shape and there is the square shape. It's the same. Okay. The only difference is this one, it's easy to apply on top of your floor plan. Okay. Because it's just a square and you can divide your floor plan into these squares. Okay. But it's the same concept. So we are dealing with directions. All right. And as I told you, we have 8 directions when we are talking about feng shui. So we have north, south, east, west, and then we have northeast, northwest, and then southeast and southwest. So each side, each area, it belongs to something specific, okay? And remember, this is the general bagua. That's a general one for everybody, all right? It's only if there is a serious issue with a person that we customize their chart so their corners will shift, okay? Like their fame could be in the east side for them, as an example, all right? But for now, to simplify life, okay, we are using the general Bagua map, which is a very useful tool, okay? In the handout, I have a separate handout for the colored Bagua that you can use, okay, when you are checking the layout of one of your rooms. So it makes it easy. If you do have a printer and you can print it out, that will be nice as well, all right? So we have 9 areas because we have the center, okay? So we have the 8 directions and then we have the center. So this is the representation of the different areas. So we have the relationship, fame and reputation, wealth and prosperity, family, health, children, creativity, travel, career, knowledge, and self-cultivation. So some people apply the full Bagua map on their floor plan, okay, of the different rooms. And then go to each room and apply the Bagua for each room as well. All right? So some people are shocked when they find that the bathroom is in the wealth and prosperity corner. So every time you are flushing the toilet, you are flushing down your wealth. Okay? So of course, as I said, there are always simple remedies. You always cover the toilet seat. You make sure, for example, to have use the colors, the element that neutralizes the effect of excess water and so on. All right. So there are always simple remedies. So not, because you cannot move your bathroom, especially if your house or apartment is already built. Okay.
ممكن اسال سؤال، هو سؤال لمضى مش بس
It's okay.
يعني I would just كده visualizing يعني let's say المثل اللي انت قلتيه انه the bathroom is in the place where the wealth should be and every time you just flush the toilet. Why can't one see it and change the, like flushing the toilet will take any negativity, will take any drag, and will just renew the space to bring more prosperity to the wealth. And why do we see it will drain the wealth?
If there is no intention. So by default, this is what it will do.
Okay.
Okay. So this is why I always say intention is important. So in your mind, every time you flush the toilet, your intention is to drain any negativity or any entities, anything that's not for your highest good, and then you cover.
Create more space to more wealth, whatever.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yes, to drain negative energy, to create more space for more wealth to come.
Yes, and again in your bathroom, some people don't like to have live plants in the bathroom. Okay, it's debatable. I don't know. Like, I mean, I heard both sides. If you do have botus plants and like leaves and you put it in a mug or something on the shelf by the mirror, I don't think there is anything bad about it. Again, it's the intention.
Yeah,
right?
Actually, I'm feeling good about it for years.
Yeah. Because again, some people tell you never do that, never do this, but for you, you feel good about it. This is why I'm saying use your intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, a bathroom could be a good thing if when you go to that bathroom, this is when you cleanse yourself. If you have a bathtub, you have your salt bath with the lavender oil and candles. You are creating a healthy space, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
أيوة
so when you are entering it, it's positive. Yeah,
اسمه بيت الراحة.
أيوة
exactly.
لا زي ما يقول زي ما بيقولوا ما تبخريش الحمام، حطيش بخور في الحمام.
I heard that too. And just to be on the safe side, ببخر outside it.
من على
Just in
الباب
case.
من على
Just
الباب
in
ما هو
case.
بس
You know?
واي
لا, see, I dig deep, and sometimes I know the reason for these kind of belief systems, especially in our culture. But I found similarities in other cultures. عشان كده مثلا يقول لك ما تبخرش after sunset. طب
Yes.
ليه؟
Yes.
ما هو ليه؟
ليه
ما
فاهم؟
هو حد عارف ليه؟
لا أنا بسألك ليه؟
لا أنا بسأل حد عارف ليه ما نبخرش بعد after
لا,
sunset؟
I always wondered وما عرفتش.
يعني what I could
Because
conclude is يعني since and after sunsets there's other realms opening up and I don't know what. Yeah. فعلا؟
exactly
طب ما أنا
exactly
كويسة أهو.
جدا. طب ما أنا عارفة إنك كويسة، بس trust yourself, okay? Give yourself credit. Yes, because they tell you there are lots of entities and beings and things around. And of course, sometimes they tell you bad odors attract them, but equally good odors can, or like scents, can attract them as well. All right. If the ancient cultures and they knew better than us what's going on, and they warn you and tell you be careful, I really like to be on the safe side. Even if I'm not 100% convinced, but to be on the safe side, why not? Okay. So when I wake up in the morning ببخر البيت كله، بسيب باب الحمامات مفتوح وببخر outside them with the intention to clear bad energies. ولو if you have windows in the bathroom دايما مفتوحين بيهووا. If you have a guest bathroom that's not used frequently, flush it at least once a day. طبعا it's covered, the toilet seat is covered, but make sure to flush it once a day, okay? عشان حتى water in the pipes and all sorts of things. عشان في حاجات it's actually from a hygienic point of view, the other part it could be spiritual, supernatural stuff that we don't know anything about, okay? So this is why we want to balance things and use our intuition. And if you are open-minded, you will be guided, okay, to do whatever is good for you, as if as long as your intention is you're doing it for your highest good. All right. So just check. So we check the layout of the whole apartment. Okay. If
I
you
have a question. I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Question regarding the directions. Okay.
Yes.
Because you mentioned at the beginning, like each one of us, we have 4 good corners and 4 bad. And I'm يعني مش عارفة are you going to go into details في الحتة دي ولا لا، عشان أنا مش حاسة إن أنا فاهمة direction.
This is the general Bakwa map for everybody. Okay. So these directions are standard for everybody. Some people, if they have issues, they have a personalized chart done for them according to their birthday and time and place and so on.
Okay.
This is if you applied the general Bakwa map, which is this one, using these directions and everything, if it's fine with you, then great. If there is an issue, then and you are moving things around and gradually changing, because again, you have to sense the energy, how it's changing. But if it's something really you cannot do anything about, then we go to the personalized chart. Okay.
Okay.
So now to simplify life again, because this really could be too complicated. When I studied it at first, it was too complicated that I thought there is no way I can do it. Okay. But then when somebody, that guy, he was a young guy actually, the Feng Shui master, and people would fly him all over the world just to go and check the banks, the major corporations, and this and that. So he's the one that simplified our life, believe it or not. So you can use this map that's in front of you. This is the way it is. And you have the front door here, like it's the black one here. Okay? Because your front door might not be in the north side. Because that's the part I was confused when I studied Feng Shui at first. I said, oh my God, they don't fall in the direction of my house. So what am I going to do? Okay. So use it as it is without worrying about directions. Okay. We use directions if we are building a new house, for example. Okay. If you have a new apartment زي بتاعتي اللي أخدتها على الطوب الأحمر and they can change things around. Okay. Then you can start checking directions and all that. All right.
Okay.
But if you are already in a place and the directions are set and there is no way that you can move your bathroom or your kitchen or change even where your bedroom is, just use this one as is without worrying about directions.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, you will go nuts and you cannot do anything with it. Because this is what happened to me at first. I thought, oh my God, وجايبه بقى very fancy compass وجبت اللوبان اللي هي الChinese thing and it was very expensive and it's like I couldn't do much with it. But then when the guy simplified it for us, it made my life much easier. You just put it on the layout. Actually, if you get عارفة ورق الزبدة okay, that we use to cover things while you're baking. I usually draw this on it and put it on top of the layout of my apartment or room.
اوكي بس ما هو انا مش فاهمه الالوان مثلا يعني مش فاهمه مثلا عندك wealth صح اللي هو like violet.
It represents the color represents
the
the
color
element.
just a representation. وهل المفروض يبقوا يعني مش قادره افهم الحاجات اللي جنب بعض دي ترتيبها هتبقى جنب بعض ولا حاسه ان انا مش فاهمه
لا يعني this should be like that, like when you put this map on top of the layout of your room, for example, you will know that at the top right hand side, that's your relationship corner.
so this is for every room not
Yes.
the whole house. عشان كده انا متلخبطه. Okay.
أنا كمان
لا.
I thought it was for the whole house.
You do it for the whole house and you can see it depends on what's the problem. What's the problem that you feel? Is it one room in your house? Every time you walk into that room, you feel the energy is heavy. So we'll work on that specific room.
Okay.
Okay. Because you don't want to يعني redo the whole apartment if you don't need to. Take it by priority. One room at a time. So you apply this to the layout of your room. So you will draw on a piece of paper the layout of your room, okay? And what's in each corner and what's in the center. And then لو جبتي ورق الزبدة ده ورسمتي دي عليه and you put it on top of it, you will know exactly where the stagnant energy is, what's the problem area, and then you can apply a remedy. Does it make sense now?
Yes, thank you.
يعني عندي
Let's...
سؤال
Yeah,
بس
go ahead.
ممكن بالنسبة للكتب، يعني الواحد عنده مكتبة فيها كتب كتيرة جدا طبعا ما لأنه منها تقرا ومنها ما تقراش this is a very stagnant energy and actually it's very powerful energy full of knowledge etc كمان مش بس يعني كوز محطوط. So how the Feng Shui deal with this kind of stagnant energy that have knowledge in it and have values in it?
Okay. The way I saw, again, using the traditional ancient customs that I saw my grandmother and my mom and stuff like that do a long time ago, and it ended up actually making sense. علشان احنا عندنا في البيت كان عندنا مكتبات كتيرة قوي. My father was an author, writer, so and he loved books. واحنا ورثنا حكاية الكتب دي منه. فلك تتخيل بقى we have bookshelves everywhere.
Yeah,
In bedrooms, in living rooms, in here or there, everywhere. So often, whenever they can, بس طبعا كان عندنا شغالات ساعتها، بنخلي الشغالة تنزل كل الكتب تنظفهم، اوكي، عشان they collect dust ويرتبوهم تاني. It's the same as any storage closet or drawer. احنا كلنا عندنا junk drawers somewhere, okay? You have to open it, remove the things, and reorganize it again, or else it's stagnant energy. For the books, you need once in a while to move them, dust them, and put them back again.
Okay.
But if you leave them there forever, they are really collecting stagnant energies. And see, I have an issue with, like you said, books. It's somebody's energy. لما بيكتبوا حاجة they channeled these ideas and thoughts and whatever, and they put it into words on paper in this book. So there is an energy of a sort there. صح?
Yeah, absolutely. There's knowledge, there's energy, there's...
There is. يعني في الكتاب ده مش حاجة كده solid. It's يعني لا, there is a certain kind of energy or vibration or something there. So it's like plants. We have to take care of it once in a while, to dust them, move them around, and put them back, بحيث they don't collect stagnant energy.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Hopefully you don't have a lot of books. عشان if somebody has a lot of books, بتقسمها لكذا يوم. You don't do it all at once if you have a lot.
Yeah, but that's the issue. بس لا, it makes sense what you said. حتى sometimes I feel to do so, but I don't do it. يعني
عشان you can see it's a lot.
عشان
Okay.
it's a lot.
Yeah,
So-
but if you take it even one shelf at a time.
Yeah.
And make it easy on you. Play some nice music, burn incense while you're doing it, with the intention to remove any negative energies or entities or attachments, and just only positive energy. And that's it. Again, intention is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So do it just one at a time. Because sometimes, again, I have a whole bedroom, my second bedroom, I just moved to a new place. Sometimes يعني when I unpack boxes, I put things on the sofa, the armchair, whatever. But again, you have to walk into the room. دايما بفتح الشباك، الباب مفتوح. I try to organize as best as I can. ما بسيبش بقى clutter all over the place. يعني organized mess, like we say. Okay.
My husband calls it
organized,
chaotic.
Yeah.
My husband calls
organized
it
piles.
chaotic mess.
Okay.
Creative.
Yeah, it's creative. Yeah, creative mess. All right. So
أنا
again,
عايش في creative chaos. عايش في
Sorry?
creative chaos مش عارف أخلص منه.
once you start getting into that mood and you know you don't have to do it all at once. بس اللي ما بيشجعناش إنه you feel, oh my God, I have to clean up the house, or I have to clear everything. فطبعا nobody has that energy. But if you have a priority and you say, okay, let's deal with this room and this specific corner, فيها إيه بقى؟ طب نعملها بالتدريج كده وأنا بسمع موسيقى, or watching Netflix something, or just do it as a fun activity, not as a tedious chore. Because if you think it's a tedious chore, you are putting negative energy into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how you deal with life. Because I mean, if everything you start doing it and you're dreading it, and you keep expecting all sorts of negativity, you are feeding it negativity. But if you do it with a loving, cheerful heart, and sometimes I have to grade a lot of assignments, and my students are 90% at least are Indians, and the written English is not the best. and these are essays. So بشغل أحيانا for example I like Latin music. I have the aromatherapy going. I have hot chocolate. يعني بتخلق لنفسك جو كده ظريف مع ان الاكتيفيتي that you are doing is not the best. بس بتعدي. بس لو انا قاعده مركزه ايه القرف اللي انا بصلحه ده you don't want to do it. ازاي؟
الجو ده بس عشان يا دوبك اريح قبل ما ارجع اشتغل تاني وطير يعني. بس you're right.
So yeah, so this is what I recommend, this kind of bagua that you apply it to the room or the layout of the house. I was going to say if you live in a house, not an apartment, you applying to every floor of the house. Okay?
I have a question. Actually, two.
Sure.
First question. I store water.
Yes, but you have it in يعني ازاز مقفولة صح؟
In jerry cans and big buckets علشان المية بتقطع هنا بالأيام ساعات.
Okay.
I have to store a lot of water.
Okay.
مش عارفة يعني حاجة جوايا بتقولي كل شوية أقوم مفضياهم وملياهم تاني معرفش ليه يعني. At the same time I feel that's a waste.
لو buckets, just cover them, put something on
أيوة
top of
they're
them.
all covered. They're all
Okay.
everything is covered. بس
Okay.
السؤال هنا is it okay
Okay,
actually storing?
when you are saving the water لما انت بتحوش فيها المية with the intention that it's for a good purpose. You are not wasting water. You are saving it because you will need it. So it's for a good purpose. So setting the intention that is something good. Because if you keep thinking that you are wasting water and it's something not good, then it will be not good. Okay.
لا I feel that I wasted. ما بقولك ساعات بيجيلي إحساس that I need to throw this water that I've been storing for a while أرميها وأجدد المية.
والله
is
if
what
you
I
have
feel like
plants, if you have plants somewhere, water the plants.
مثلا صح. اوكي فكرة.
Okay. يعني انا عشان كده لما بيقولك ما تغليش الميه كذا مره عشان ما اعرفش ايه، الميه اللي بتفضل لما بتبرد بس بيها الزرع، انا مش هرميها.
اوكي.
عارفه
سؤال
ازاي؟
تاني. when you come into a room and all of a sudden you get cold.
You feel cold. Okay, so there is an entity in the room. Yes, there is some energy there.
صح.
Yeah, trust your intuition. But some of them are not harmful actually.
No خالص بس يعني it's weird, it's odd.
Yes, because when you raise your vibration, you start picking up the energies of other entities around.
Very true.
You might not see them, but you might sense them a little bit. Okay. And you might ask them gently to leave the room. You don't want them in your room.
Yes.
So please leave peacefully. Yeah, and you're not scared, you're not angry, you're not mad, in a loving, peaceful voice. Please leave the place because I want my own place.
Yes. Okay.
But this is what I discovered because actually there are lots of places that are that have different types of energies. Okay, and if you walk into a room or a house and you feel scared, you are actually attracting them because they respond to your wavelength, your frequency.
Yes.
But if you
They
have
sense
strong
that you're
faith,
weak.
of course, it's like anything else. Like dogs, they can sense if you are scared.
Good.
They will run after you. Okay, it's like they can smell you from a distance. So if you walk into a room and you say prayers or with good intention and you're walking into a place, again, I keep repeating intention because this is what I discovered from a lot of people from all over the world. So it's not one religion, one spiritual, one culture. No, it's the total sum of ages of different cultures. Okay, they believe or they practice the same thing. All right. So your intention, you walk into a room, before you walk in with the intention that you are making peace with the energy that's in that room. It could be just the energy of the furniture or the plants. فما بنقولش إن في حاجات تخوف يعني عارفة؟
Yeah.
It doesn't have to.
No.
But if you feel that you are uncomfortable, just ask.
No, I just
gently.
felt it's odd. حسيت يعني only one room in the whole house. أول ما تخشيها في سقوعية كده بتيجي
أيوة بيبقى في there is something for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
But this is the first sign. Is you feel كده that your body temperature changes.
Yes.
As if your hair is cracking, somehow something in the hair happens. I don't know what it is. I just ask it to live peacefully. Yes, يعني I discovered that it's as simple as that sometimes. All right. This is the one that I really recommend that you guys use. All right. Of course, I have details for you. I'm going to post the PowerPoint for you guys. So you will know now each corner, like your wealth and prosperity, how to enhance it. Okay. By putting coins. Of course, there are the Chinese coins in the red ribbon. Okay. If you don't have that, just a bowl with, and you collect some coins and put them there. You can have plants, water feature, whatever represents wealth and prosperity for you. It could be something completely different. It could be a golden statue. Okay. So again, the symbols are very personal. So whatever means wealth and prosperity to you, put it in that area.
And can you repeat? Can you repeat بمعنى إنه let's say you're going to put a plant in a certain corner because it represents wealth and prosperity.
Yes.
But while أنت حاسة إنك عايزة تحطي the same plants or another plants in this area just for the beauty of the place. يعني, so it's gonna fell down in the corner of whatever, another corner of the Feng Shui.
لا يعني انت مثلا مش عايز تحط البلانت دي في الكورنر دي، عايز تحطها في حتة تانية.
لا هتحطيها في الكورنر بتاع البروسبيريتي، بس عايز تحطي واحدة تانية قصادها مثلا بالبلدي عشان
which is fine.
Balance.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong of having plants all over the place. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay? It's good. It's just to enhance. This is why we call it enhancement. If there is a specific corner that you really need to enhance, then you add symbols. وبعدين all the ancient cultures, they always have talisman, they have their symbols, everything. They have the Ankh, they have Ain Horus, they have winged Isis, and so on. Okay? So different cultures have their own. So use whatever appeals to you that symbolizes prosperity and wealth. Okay? It could be a golden watch from your grandfather. Put it there. عارف ازاي?
Yeah.
So whatever in you, this is what I'm saying.
You don't want the corner. You don't want the corner to be, according to the Feng Shui layout, you don't want the corner to be missing the element, but there's no issue if it has another element with it.
No, there is no issue as long as it's not negating its effect.
Sure. Yeah. ماشي.
All right, good. But these are good questions for sure. Yeah. The health and family, of course, you can have the family photos, healthy plants, wooden elements, all right? Whatever symbolizes health as well. But don't put medication. Don't put bottles of medicine and stuff like that. It negates the effect, all right?
ترابيزة الأدوية معروفة في كل
لا
بيوت.
ما تحطيهاش في الكورنر دي. All right, a career path, of course, you can have flowing water as long as it's moving water. Again, it could be a water feature like an aquarium, something, or a mirror. But again, we warn against mirrors. It depends on what it is reflecting. It must be reflecting something positive. You don't have a mirror facing your apartment door. في ناس كتير تفتح باب الشقة تلاقي قدامك مراية. This is the worst thing ever. It repels the good chi.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why I'm saying we have to be very careful with mirrors البليسمنت في البدروم is very critical. لما تقوم من السرير you should not see yourself in a mirror. You should not. Okay? مش feng shui بس it has other spiritual things. الميرورز بالذات are very tricky. All right? So this is why I'm saying be very careful. The mirror should reflect a beautiful view. If you have a window that's overlooking trees and greenery, I usually put a mirror across from the window which reflects the sunshine, the trees, the greenery. So it enhances the place. All right. So be very careful with mirrors, but actually it represents like the water element. The love and relationship, people like to put pairs of objects, two things of the same, like two candles, two pink candles, anything. We don't want to get too tacky and you put hearts and stuff. Whatever is good for you, that's really resonates with you, because it differs from one person to another. All right? And people like to use color red or pink or not. Again, it's your intention, your intuition. You can put the photo of somebody you love. Okay? So every time you see them, you know that this is the relationship, the loving corner. Fame and reputation. This is when we need things moving, fire elements. So you have the red colors, symbols of recognition, and all sorts of things. Children and creativity, playful items, art supplies, metallic elements. Right? I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I like to collect stuffed animals. So I have if whatever stuffed animal appeals to you, it could be whatever. It's just I have a funny one here. I keep looking at it, but it's very kiddish. It could be a unicorn. It could be a frog. Anything that appeals to you. All right. Just put something playful. If you are creative, you can have your art supplies there. Your colors, your sketch pads. You could have metallic elements. Okay, things from metal like statues, anything. All right. So it doesn't have to be one type of thing. It's just whatever appeals to you, as long as you understand what's required for that specific corner. Knowledge, this is where books come in handy. Meditation aids such as, the singing bowls, bells, candles, incense, whatever you use when you're meditating, but also the earth elements. This is where I have quite a bit of clay pots and stuff like that. Okay.
عندي سؤال أو مش
Sure.
سؤال، اقتراح
Sure.
عشان يسهل على تامر الموضوع شوية.
Mm.
معرفش، قولي لي إذا كنت بهيس ولا لأ. That chart اللي كانت like the Bagua chart. Can we apply this on a library?
هتستفادي ايه منها؟
الشارت دي بتاعت الباجوا، لو عندي أنا مكتبة زي المكتبة اللي تامر بيتكلم عليها دي.
ايوه.
Can you apply
لا I understand what you are saying. فعندك البوك شيلف زي بتاع المكتبة وهتحطي عليها الباكوا ماب.
Yes.
وبعدين
تقسمي الكتب based on the Bagua chart. So to ease يعني هتبقى one, it's منظمة in a way departments and it has the chart. قلت بهيس يعني.
لو انت عندك مثلا 3 shelves and each shelf هتقسميه to thirds and each third هتحطي فيه children books or creativity, in the middle health and family. If you want to do it this way you can do it.
Makes sense, huh? Like
to you, yes.
No, actually, I like the idea. If you allow me,
do
Tamara,
it. Do it if it appeals to you. Yeah.
You're the expert, but then we're brainstorming, because what you're talking about, it's the Feng Shui layover or layout is basically on the
A way
XY,
of organizing.
the
The
XY.
what? It's not, we are oversimplifying it. Okay, we are oversimplifying. Huh?
Yani it's yani the way I know it's simplified, but it's simplified in a matter that we look at it as a layout on a 2-dimension X and Y. That's what Marwa just imagined. And now just if you bring it vertically and you look at it on a bookshelf and you implement the same concept, also with the directions being respected.
If it works for you, do it.
Try
If
it,
you
Emily.
feel-
Try and let me know.
If it works for you, if you have relationship books, put them on the top right-hand side, whatever, organize it the way you see it fit, okay? You have tools and you can use it whichever way you want it. عارف
لا
ازاي؟
يا مروه طالما انت صاحبة الفكره مش ترايت يا تامر، تعالي هاتي نفسك وتعالي ننزل المكتبه مع بعض.
And sort out all the books into these categories. Actually, you have 9 categories.
Challenge
okay?
accepted.
Okay, go ahead and send me pictures, please. All right.
مروه تعالي اعملي اللي في البيت اساسا.
لا انت لا انت لا انت.
فتحتي على نفسك بقى يا مروه.
يا ربي. طيب
عندي
ماشي.
سؤال غبي.
لا ما فيش أسئلة غبية. Go ahead.
ماشي. دلوقتي انت بتقولي مثلا في الشرح اللي on the top left side مثلا. اوكي.
أيوه.
left من انهي ناحيه؟ يعني انا باصه ضهري فين وشي فين؟
بالكومباس بتجيبي بوصله.
لا ما تجيبيش بوصلة ولا أي حاجة. أنت شايفة اللي هي
لا،
قدامك
left
دلوقتي الماب دي؟ شايفة الماب دي؟
ايوه
اللي على السكرين دلوقتي صح؟
ايوه. لا
طيب.
المربعات.
أي المربعات ما we call it the Bagua map. It's a map. Okay؟
أوكي.
فأنت واقفة مدخل الباب الحتة اللي تحت دي اللي بيقول لك front door.
اوكي. يعني ظهري للباب ومن هنا
أيوه.
استعمل الليفت والرايت.
بالظبط.
فين مكتوب فرونت دور ده؟
البتاع السوداء دي اللي تحت كارير.
ايوه شفتها اخدت بالي. اوكي.
Because if you are not using the directions, then we are using front door, front right, front left كده. Okay. Because عشان اقول لك جيبي compass وتقعدي تظبطي في الكومباس وتروحي كل اوضه والنورث is not a straight north والبتاع, you will get lost. This is the best way that was really explained to me at the end that I am applying it till now. Okay, because it's simpler and it works. All right. If there is something, a major problem, we customize the chart and start using specific directions for you عشان you have a specific issue. عارفة ازاي؟ بس لو احنا بنتكلم على الستاجننت انرجي واللخبطة والكراكيب بتاعتنا العادية, you really don't need a personalized chart.
اوكي.
Yes.
شكلي هولع في البيت كله.
والله مش عارفة أقول لك إيه يا حبيبتي, قلبي معاكي. أوكي.
والله بجد.
قلبي معاكي. طيب helpful people and travel دي بقى لما نحط travel imagery, you can have metallic elements and symbols of helpful people and so on. Okay. Again, we call them enhancing these corners. السنتر دايما بتاع أي مكان, سواء السنتر بتاع البيت أو الأوضة, it's very critical. And this is where most people have junk, believe it or not. The clutter somehow ends up in the center. So be very, very careful.
The laundry couch.
I have it's either an armchair or a sofa. This, as long as it's not in the center. Excuse me. Okay. So definitely keep this area open, clutter-free, and you can use earthly elements to support overall health. Again, if you imagine that when you open your apartment door, the chi is flowing as if it's water flowing in a positive way, of course, it shouldn't really stop somewhere and not flow in the different rooms. It should go in and out of the rooms and flow smoothly. Okay? So this is how you can envision how the energy is flowing, as if it's water entering. Does it go in and out of the different rooms, and each room, it goes around the chairs and the tables, and there is no obstruction, then it's fine. All right? Now, I'm going to show you a very brief video that I also made about, again, the clutter and these things. And we'll talk very briefly later on about the entrance. عشان we're talking about the energy flow, so I'll just talk about it right now. Sometimes people, when you open the door, you have a very long corridor that can be leading to other rooms. It's a very straight, long corridor, and the rooms are on the sides. You cannot have that. Okay, why? Because the Qi will be flowing very quickly in that corridor and not have a chance to enter the rooms. So this is when we put a nice table with a vase of flowers, a pot with a plant, a chair or something. It's not blocking the energy, but it's making it flow slower and smoothly to direct it to the different rooms. Are you with me?
Yes.
Can we put a mirror at the end of the corridor?
At the end of the corridor, it's across from the door. You are repelling the Qi.
Yeah, if you put a mirror at the end of the corridor.
And it's facing the entrance door.
Yes.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
you open the door, you can see yourself in that mirror on the outside.
Or anyone entering, right? The energy of anyone entering.
It's not, because the Qi is flowing in the corridor, hitting the mirror and reflected back out.
Yes, exactly.
So this is when we put, again, a table with flowers, a chair, a plant. You can have your mirror, but don't have a straight line going to the mirror and back to the door.
ما أنا لسه كنت أسألك برضو سؤال لئيم. يعني can we start playing with the mirror angles to maximize and reflect the energy?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. As long as it's reflecting something positive.
Yeah, of course.
بس يعني غير كده, what are you reflecting? So if you are aware of it and you are aware that مثلا في الhouses in Canada where I lived, sometimes you open the front door and it takes you through the kitchen to the back door that goes to the backyard.
Yeah.
So it's one door leading to the other. And this is برضو, it's not good.
Oh, what's coming in goes out immediately.
Yeah. ما أنا بقولك, if you imagine water flowing, it just rushes out and that's it. It doesn't have time to go anywhere else. So if you are aware of that, you will start, and again, the remedies are very simple. Okay. Actually, sometimes I was hanging a wind chime in the corridor. It's something as simple as that.
It would catch it.
Again, because it's interrupt, like it doesn't stop it, but it slows it down. And if you open the door, the wind chime in the corridor will chime and move. So it's good. So you can start playing with these tools and see how you feel about it. Okay. If you don't want a wind chime hanging in the corridor and light fixtures that you have, they're nice and they are hanging there. And again, you have a chair, a table, a vase, a planter, كده يعني. All right. Does it make sense now?
Yes.
Okay. So let's watch this brief video. All right, hold on. And let me know if you cannot hear, okay? Were you able to hear the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Did you know that your home's layout could be blocking good fortune? Let's discover how to fix that. Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore the principles of Feng Shui and how you can transform your spaces to attract positive energy. Feng Shui is all about creating harmony in your environment, and I'm here to help you make those changes for the better. So, here's the thing. Many people unknowingly create environments that hinder their prosperity and happiness. You might not even realize it, but common Feng Shui mistakes could be lurking in your rooms right now. For example, clutter can be a major energy block. When your space is filled with unnecessary stuff, it can stifle the flow of positive energy. You might have furniture placed in ways that disrupt the natural flow, or maybe your color schemes are just off. All these little details can add up and create a negative atmosphere in your home. Let's identify these common mistakes so we can start fixing them. All right, let's dive into some essential Feng Shui elements. First off, clutter. It's a huge energy blocker. If you have piles of things lying around, it's time to get organized. Try to create a clean, open space. Next up, let's talk about furniture placement. The way your furniture is arranged can make a big difference. Ideally, you want to create a welcoming space that allows energy to flow freely. Avoid blocking doorways or windows with large pieces. And don't forget about color. Colors can influence your mood and the energy of your space. Soft, calming colors can promote peace and tranquility, while bright, vibrant colors can energize a room. Pay attention to these elements and you'll notice a change in the vibe of your home. Now, let's reveal the top 3 actionable tips to immediately improve your Feng Shui and enhance your chances of attracting good fortune. First, declutter your space. Go room by room and get rid of anything you don't need or love. It's amazing how light and airy a room can feel once it's decluttered. Second, rearrange your furniture to create a more open flow. Make sure there's a clear path for energy to move through your space. And lastly, introduce plants or natural elements to your home. They not only look beautiful, but also bring life and positive energy into your environment. By implementing these small changes, you'll be on your way to a more harmonious living space. In summary, by addressing these Feng Shui issues, you can create a more harmonious living space that invites prosperity and well-being. Remember, it's all about creating a balance in your surroundings. Take time to evaluate your space and see where you can make improvements.
All right. So hopefully this brief video, because I like to make these short videos actually that can explain. I'm a visual person, so for me, this is why you find a lot of pictures and videos and stuff like that. It's better than reading. Again, بيقول لك ايه الصورة قالوا ايه? Picture is worth 1,000 words or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe in that. So anyway, so very quickly now, the entryway, the inside and out, okay? Because when you open the door to go outside is equally as important. Now, we have neighbors. If you live in an apartment building, you do have neighbors. So when you open the door, what do you see? Hopefully you don't see garbage bins outside, because once in a while I go and visit somebody and it's a very expensive building and you see garbage bins outside the doors and it does not look nice, okay? So you can have plants outdoors, okay, outside your door, all right, to block a view that's not nice, okay, something that, as long as nobody steals it. Because I from experience, I'm just sharing with you a lot of things. You put up, my mom was fond of plants, so she would put plants outside her apartment door, and next day she couldn't find them. Somebody stole them, and we don't know who. One of the neighbors, and they put it inside. We don't know. So, anyways, hopefully you live in better neighborhoods, even though it was a very expensive place. But what I'm saying is, when you open the door to go outside, your first impression also is very important. So you can put something pleasant, like a plant. So when you walk outside between you and the neighbor, if there is place, you can have a plant, either artificial or a plant that can live in the shade if there isn't a big window outside there. Okay, so the entrance definitely must be clean, no clutter whatsoever, and represents you, because when you're entering your place, you must feel happy that you're returning back to your own place. Okay, so the shape of the door, the color of the door. Of course, we don't go with the Chinese red doors, the good luck doors, because it depends on the culture. So we follow our we understand the reason why we use certain things, and we choose our own cultural symbols and colors and stuff like that. Okay. So the entrance is very important. Now, the living room, as I told you, arranging it in such a way that when we say a mix of yin and yang, because the living room, it could be for socializing, but it could also be for the end of the day when you want to relax and watch a movie or something. Okay, so you want that balance. Like if you want light, you have the big windows, but you also have shades or curtains. You can have indirect light or bright light, so you can have a variety. So because it's a multi-purpose room, really, the living room is the most used room. People eat there, socialize, take a nap, watch TV, and so on. All right. So customize it to the functions that you use it for. All right. As long as it's comfortable for you. And here the colors, of course, are beautiful, but we cannot have white sofas and carpets in Egypt, especially Cairo. All right. One of my friends attempted that. So I made a mistake, and I have white curtains here. And I have to tell you, we have to wash them every other month. Okay, it's like, even though I'm far away from the highway, but anyways, so even though it's beautiful, but choose whatever suits you. There are lots of pastel colors, light colors that are nice, but what my friend did, actually, one of my friends did with, after she got the white sofa and armchair, she got those throws that she could put on top and cover the sofas with, that are handmade. And they are colorful and nice, and they do protect it, and they are stylish. They are not tacky. So be creative. Just be creative, and different colorful cushions and stuff like that. Okay. So if you still like white, it's okay, because my friend was going to die if she didn't have white sofa and armchair, but then she had to cover them to protect it. Okay. So once you have visitors, you can remove the throw that you put, and they are white. And after they leave, you can just put them back, whatever suits you. The
مولي
bedroom, yes?
with all my respect معلش أنا كنت فاكر إن أنا هنخلص 4 and I have commitments with the crew at 4 o'clock. ودلوقتي
1 till 3. Oh, okay. 3 hours. We are finishing. We are almost done.
طيب.
طب بص عشان انت هتمشي, basically what's left, I'm going to leave it for the rest is for you guys to go through it, which are the colors. Okay?
Okay.
Because really, I'm not going to go through the colors. You will just need them on your own. So I'm going to post the PowerPoint. So this is really what's left on the
Fantastic.
clutter. So we are
حلو.
done. Okay?
نقرا ليلى. Thank you so much,
Pardon.
guys. I have to run معلش.
Bye,
Okay.
T.
Take good care, Tamer.
Bye.
يلا
Bye.
welcome.
Okay. Anybody that wants to run?
I have to run too. I can still stay for 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so I'm not going to go through these ones. Let me go through the important ones I want to highlight. Okay, so now the reflection is very important. I want you to think of one word that represents how your space feels right now. And how your
how-
space feels right now for you
Okay.
And what's one change you are inspired to make after today's session? So just think about it for a couple of minutes.
I feel comfortable once
So
I
what's a
get in.
one word? What's a one word?
Comfort.
Comfortable in your
Yeah.
space?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to change anything? Inspired to change anything?
I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna add.
Which is a change, kind of.
Yeah. More plants.
Okay.
I have a wind chime that I haven't put out till now, so I'll put it.
Okay.
Those two.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Chime. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anybody else would like to share?
مش عارفة بصراحة أقول لكم what in one word how my space look like. It's lousy. And
let's put it challenging. Let's say challenging better than lousy, because a challenge you can overcome a challenge. Okay.
okay. I'm going to throw a lot of stuff out.
Which is
if
good.
I don't use it for a year, it means that I don't need it.
Exactly. That's good.
So that's
and you
what I'm
can
going
donate. You can donate things to other people, you know.
Amy, I was saying that for years. It's better to donate. It's better to donate it.
Exactly.
And then I don't know to who. If I'm going to put it outside, whoever wants to take it, take it.
Okay. Yeah. If you put it on the Dahab group, people will come and get it if you want.
I tried a lot.
Let's put it outside, and whoever wants it bad, they can drop by and take it. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
But you need to really let the energy flow smoothly again, really. Because you have a nice place. It's very spacious. It's just you need to...
It's very, very... مش عارفة أقول لك.
لا، ما أنا عارفة، ما أنا شفته.
أيوة، ما تشوفتي.
بس قبل more people store things, most probably it's more crowded now.
لا. وهقول لهم اللي عنده حاجة يجي ياخدها يا إما حرميها.
بجد، عشان it's affecting your health by the way.
والله لو تشوفي كمية الشنط وكمية
لا حرام. لا it's not nice.
ما تشيليش شيلة مش شيلتك يا ماما.
Exactly.
مروة، ما انت عارفة زنقوني ازاي.
معلش, just get rid of that stuff. هم بقى they have to deal with their luggage, their baggage.
Their whatever.
Yeah. Okay, Mai, are you ready?
Yes, I would say my place is lovable, but I would definitely want to how can I say, يعني check the Bogwa map. What is it called? Yeah.
Yes.
One thing definitely I will need to look at, because other than that, it's totally fine. But I need to go into more Feng Shui details.
Okay, good.
I think applying the map, definitely I will change stuff, you know?
Yes. Okay, that's good.
Map for sure.
Okay, and the part that I was telling you about, which is the colors, this section, of course, I'm not going to go through it, but it's in the PowerPoint and I'll send it to you guys. You will find that it's very useful, the different colors.
Okay.
Because even just using a colored cushion somewhere, or if you have hanging curtains and you have a colored ribbon draping it. So you can use colors in different ways and it will make a difference. And also there is the metals and how you can use them. All right. So this is why I added them with an image. If you are a visual person, again, like me, I like images instead of just imagining, and I'm not sure what we're imagining. Okay, so hopefully these will really guide you, and it will work really well. The clutter management, of course, we talked about it, and here again, I go through it again about the health and the family and the center of the house. Okay, and the tips for it. Okay, So you will find a lot of tips here. There are case studies. I think I have 6 different case studies for you, examples. All right. So you can go through the examples and see the challenges and how the adjustments were made. So I have 6 of them. All right. Even the kitchen. All right. And if you have a home office, all right. And then the checklist of the 5 elements. Of course, in the handouts that I sent you also a checklist that you can use. All right.
Yeah.
So these are very useful. You can print them, and every now and then you just walk around and you just check to make sure everything is balanced. Especially if it's a room, again, if it's a room that somehow you feel that there is something about the energy. Okay. So basically, these are the ones that I left for you towards the end. So as extra resources that I like this water feature, actually. I want to get one like that.
Yeah, me too. I found
They
them. They are very
where?
expensive. What for example, I saw at Home Center like 10,000, 10K, 12.
No, they are crazy. Oh, they are crazy. I mean, in Canada, I used to have all sorts of water features in the garden, in the backyard, at home, and they were reasonable and all sorts of material. They even had the Feng Shui fountain that has the 5 elements. So if somebody's traveling, maybe Tamer left, but maybe he can get us some and we'll buy them from him. Because some of them, especially the 5 element water feature, is really nice because it has the wood, the metal, the water, everything. It has everything, and it's really nice. All right.
Yeah.
So these are exercises that you can just practice on your own. It's just evaluating the place, if there is a balance or not. Okay. So this was just what was left. Of course, decluttering, we keep talking about it. So that's it. That's the end of the session. So the last thing, what is one takeaway or action step you plan to implement on your space? Some of you already mentioned that, but a takeaway, something that you learned today that you didn't know about before.
To me, it was the bagua.
The bagua, okay.
Yeah, because actually I like things to have, just like you said, give me a reason at the beginning. Yeah, so now that I know that there is a reason for bad energy or stagnant energy in a specific place, I have something يعني like a منهج أمشي عليه إن أنا ممكن أظبط الموضوع ده.
All right, that's great.
Mm.
Okay, Mai, any new?
Yes, of course. No, of course. It was really nice. But I've seen the Bagua map, but going into details, and what's the most important thing is the relationships, because I never thought, relationships are, yeah, and it could be affected.
Of course.
It's a challenge, actually.
Of course.
And for more, you cannot believe how many people, when they see the bagua, they discover there is something wrong with the relationship corner.
Yeah.
It's either a storage area that they never open, or the toilet is there, or something. So a lot of people are having issues with that, as well as the health corner, believe it or not. These are 2 corners that we have to pay real attention to. Yeah. All right. So relationship corner, just put candles, pink candles, anything that symbolizes something good, photos of loved ones, anything that resonates with you.
Yeah.
All right. And Lulu, one takeaway.
The Bagua map, it's very interesting. I never thought about that places كده do things for us. I'm
Alright.
going to play on that.
All right. Okay. But make sure, again, the last advice, start small, gradual changes. You keep observing the effects on the environment gradually. All right. It's very important to do that. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Mm.
All right, guys.
Thank
So
you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Amy.
Amy.
you're welcome. I enjoyed working with you today. It was a lot of fun sharing for sure.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was
It's
great.
really very interesting. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
So keep me posted. If you have any questions, of course, send me a message right away. And just keep me posted when you make some changes. Let me know how it felt and all that. It will be nice to have
Are
that
you gonna make
follow-up.
a group for Feng Shui workshop?
Yes, actually there is one on Facebook. I'm going to put the link to it.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yes.
Are you already on the Facebook group for the Feng Shui
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because I
I
was
think
talking about us internally so that we can discuss after.
the WhatsApp. Okay. I think I created one. I created one and I think
Yes.
May you are on the WhatsApp. So I'm going to add you and Lulu to it.
Okay.
So it is there. It's just till the last moment I wasn't sure who is going to attend. So I didn't want to start adding people randomly. Okay. So I'll add you so we can have follow-up and see the progress, how things are
Exactly.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right.